What up?
Go.
What up? What up? What
What?
up, Aaron? What's up? How are you?
Good. How are
You're
you?
such a dad.
You were gonna say the ceiling, weren't you?
I was just making sure it wasn't like a trap. It was like a trick.
Pull
What's
a
up,
lever.
Aaron? I'm like, nothing. Why? Ah!
Bear trap falls on your head.
Yeah.
Guys,
it
it is time for the Blind Wave Podcast. Every Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know about that because you're here right now, live. Hello.
Yeah.
How is everybody?
Pretty good.
That's a pretty solid, pretty good. Right?
I'm okay.
You seem good. It's sweater weather right now.
This
over
Monday,
here in Ohio.
I had Returnal and I beat it.
Yeah.
Again for the second time.
Good job.
Because I beat it the first time and
You
I thought
got the
I won
credits
and
the
I
first
didn't.
time.
And then
Yeah.
did it
Sure.
the second time and I beat it. And
That's
I
great.
still don't think I'm done.
So what are you gonna play next week?
I don't know. It just keeps tricking me every time.
We also want to say hello to everybody that rated with the Schmodown over here.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm in Schmodown mode right now with my upcoming tournament Star Wars match against Laura Kelly, one of the fiercest combatants, and she's going against me, 0-2. But it's gonna be so much fun. You guys are gonna love that match. Woo!
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yep. You can always tell after like the time that I've been studying a lot of Star Wars because I bring it up a lot in videos, and I know that it's frustrating for you guys. I hopefully there's like 3 people that are like, haha, I love this.
No, I always know how I can connect with you.
Yep.
If you're like maybe thinking about something else, I can just reference Star Wars and you're like Qui-Gon. You're in the moment.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I normally reference Star Wars quite a bit, but I know that it gets to the points of absurdity.
I feel like I reference Star Wars quite a bit.
Yeah,
I feel worse for Jancy than us, to be honest.
she loves it.
Good.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic thing for her, I'm sure.
Have you asked?
She watched Star Wars before, right? Like before she came here or
Oh yeah,
anything?
she's
or...
a huge fan.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she helped me develop my study materials.
Sure.
I mean, hours and hours and hours of work she put in to help me develop those materials, so couldn't do it without her.
Well, good.
Speaking of Star Wars, though, we did have the premiere of Star Wars Visions come out this
Visions came
week.
out this week.
And it was extra special for us because we got to watch it early, which is something we've never really done. It was so rewarding this week to, like, we've watched it all, so we can't be spoiled by the people that spoil.
Yeah.
So I had, like, this weird, like, freedom to, like, go into comment sections,
Sure, yeah.
go into the
That's what
Discord.
I was looking at, like, Visions
go
comments.
on Twitter.
And I'm like, this is so nice. I can
Yeah.
see what people think and say.
Yeah, we just need to have that happen for everything, and we won't have to worry about
It's like
spoiler stuff.
when people watch our videos and they're not worried about spoilers.
Yeah.
I guess.
So yeah, we did have the a non-spoiler review go up on, I think the embargo lifted on Tuesday, and then the first episode is up on YouTube. The reaction to the first episode, The Duel, is up, but we did react to all the episodes before it actually came out, so it is having our normal early access like schedule. So on Patreon, you can get up to the next 4 reactions, and then every week a new one will release on YouTube until it's done.
Yes.
9 episodes.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it was great. I would love to do that for, if we could ever do that for like movies and stuff, it'd be great to be able to like film a reaction like that, be able to do a review before it came out, be able to talk about it, and then still be able to have the reaction available whenever it's able to be actually released. You know?
Yeah.
Like that would be really cool to do, like what we were able to do with Visions. So maybe more in the future. Be cool, but
Yeah.
at least we had Visions and got to watch that, and there was a lot of cool stuff in there. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. Fan of Star Wars, fan of anime. Pretty neat stuff.
I think you can
They're all
get away
different.
with being just a fan of one of those things and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Or enjoy at least, I think you enjoy at least half of those if you're a fan of just one of those.
Just one of them, yeah.
There might be 1 or 2 that you're like, I wasn't feeling this one, but I feel that way with like What If and some other types of shows that we watch. But Visions, I was like, I generally enjoy most of them. I really enjoyed a couple of them.
Yeah. And there was a couple I didn't like as much. But I
Sure.
think that there's some of them that are really good, and I think someone's going to enjoy,
Yeah.
depending on what you're into, like there's
Yep.
different things there. So it's a lot of fun.
Definitely.
And I'm so glad that finally my love of Star Wars has clashed with people arguing about sub versus dub. I'm so glad that that's now infected everything.
Sure. It's inescapable.
It's inescapable.
Yeah, and that one it's weird because it's like, oh well, these were made by these studios.
Uh-huh.
This is the way they did it. And I'm like,
Yep.
okay, But then this one has like Tamir Morrison.
Tamir
and
Morrison,
stuff.
so it's
Voicing,
not even a
I feel
question.
like I like Star Wars. Like that's Star Wars, you know.
Yeah.
For me, like that's what I got to listen to it in. So.
Yep.
And like Christopher Sean was in there for a voice.
Yeah.
And different things like that, and like they had some good voice
Absolutely.
actors in there too.
Yeah, they did.
So
Definitely.
both
Feels-
sides, I'm sure, are great.
Yeah.
Enjoy the one that you like.
Indeed.
You know, there were a couple of moments where, or there, at least one point, especially when there was a one that featured a song where it's like, I'm curious to go and check out the sub for this, but I also am thinking about like, well, what else would I be curious about? Like, what does Japanese Boba Fett sound like? Is it meant to match Tamir Morrison? Is it the guy that does his dub in like the movies come back to do this? You know, or that would be fun. Like, does Matthew Wood speak in Japanese for the battle droids? That would be great.
Sure.
Oh.
Nani? I think it'd be good.
Nani.
What?
Oh yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Sabo Tower brings up even with Vinland Saga. There's a dub versus dub.
Oh yeah,
versus
dub
sub.
versus dub.
Dub versus
Exactly.
dub versus sub.
Oh my
True.
gosh.
It's a
yeah.
three-way.
Yeah.
Triple threat.
Though that's the one where I'm like, well, I'm not seeing that as much because I'm not going into the comments on that. I can go in the
Sure.
comments on
Sure.
Visions, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Some of those have other things too, where it's more so like, well, accessibility as well. You
Mhm.
know, and that's how that one kind of falls in. But
Sure.
You
well, how's
know,
everyone's week been though? Like good with Visions and stuff. That was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Last week we got to watch through all that, and that was fun. So I enjoyed it there. We've also been getting through scary movie stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which has gotten me like at home wanting to watch scary movies. And I was like, hey, Mel, I want to watch a scary movie. She goes, no, not right now. I'm like, all right, I guess it's technically not October yet for us, you know. So I haven't gotten too much. Though we
Mhm.
did watch a movie called Freaky, which was pretty interesting.
Okay.
It was on HBO Max.
Yeah, she kind of liked it too. So
I
it's got
liked
some
it as
horror
well.
elements to it too, but it wasn't too bad.
Does it have Super Freak by Rick James in it?
No, does not.
Did not.
It does not.
Shame. My week was good. I went on a toy run this weekend, which I haven't done as much as I did the last 2 years. But I went on a toy run. I'm like, I'm gonna go because I had to go pick something up from Walmart. I'm gonna go back to the toy section, see what they got. Star Wars, nothing. It was fucking so frustrating because we lost Toys R Us, and the hunt is gone. You know, you have to go aftermarket, but every once in a while you'll find like new Star Wars figures, not in the toy section, but like it's here by phones or it's over here by the pencils, like in
Sure.
an end cap. I'm like, motherfucker. But I did go to the toy aisle and I did find a brand new, really well done line of Avatar: The Last Airbender figures. Aang, Sokka, Katara, and Zuko and Appa, and they're really high quality. I really like them. The packaging's really cool. So I picked up a whole line of it. I was like, and it felt good. It felt like I found this. I can take it home and sustain myself, you know, which I
Yeah.
did.
It was an earned.
It was earned.
Hunt.
Yeah.
Like
So-
you didn't go there and you didn't get what you wanted,
Yeah.
but you found something that fulfilled you anyway.
Yeah, I have them downstairs. I can run down and show one or two of them.
I'm curious
But,
on getting those. Like, is it like a, is there like a why? Does this mean you start collecting a lot of Avatar stuff, or is it just like
Well,
I
the
just really
thing
wanted
is
these?
like-
Are they collection for you now, or is it
I mean,
more so?
the line and the manufacturer, it seems like, hey, maybe if it's successful, they'll do more, you know? Like, right now, it's just those 5 figures. Like, there's no Avatar Roku. I need Avatar Roku. There's no Iroh. There's no Kyoshi. But, like, I think that they might sell pretty well, especially with new Avatar: The Last Airbender stuff coming out, the new Netflix thing coming out. You know,
RPG.
I think they're trying to get ahead of that curve, but I really liked them.
Sure.
The only thing is like, well, what's going to happen? Is this line going to fizzle out and they don't add anything? And then they make a whole brand new one, and you got to get that one.
Sure.
So these ones I'm either going to keep or I'm going to like, well, maybe I'll let them go and collect this next line.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
So as of right now, you have all of that
Yeah.
collection
yeah,
there.
I'll go get them.
When is the last time you've let one go?
Let a figure go?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I let figures go all the time. Like if I go to like a,
Kind of like Andy, like I don't want to play with you anymore.
well, do you mean like a new release or because like I'll go to a hobby shop like in Columbus has Big Fun, and there's 100 figures there I don't have, so I
Sure.
have to go through them all and be like, I'm gonna get these 5 today. Everything else I'll let go, and I come back and those ones that I let go aren't there anymore. You know?
No. I mean, like, when's the last time you one was in your collection,
Purged.
and it's no longer in your collection.
Only the ones that got destroyed in water. I never would. A Star Wars figure, never. I've thought about letting go because I also collect, or at least I used to collect, Marvel Legends and DC Multiverse figures. And the Marvel Legends ones, a lot of them are from the MCU, but a lot of them are kind of just comic book characters that haven't made it to the MCU. And I was like, I'll get some of these are cool, I'll get them. But it gets to the point where it's like, I'm not going to get every one. Maybe I should like take these and trade them in or something like that, because like the MCU ones I'll probably always keep, but like, you know, Nightmare Batman I might not keep because it's not the Nightmare Batman from the movie, you know. Or when it comes to Marvel, like I have a Carnage, but it's not the Carnage from the Sony movie or whatever it's gonna be. So I might let those go. I just haven't yet.
Would you ever do like a trade?
Oh yeah,
like Star Wars though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, with Star Wars, there's been times where I've thought I don't have this one, like an old Power of the Force figure or something. I'm like, oh, I don't have this. I'm gonna get it, and I come home like, I already have this. So I have to compare which one has the better packaging, you know, best quality, and then I'll take the other one to Classic Plastics over in the mall, and he'll give me credit, you know.
Sure.
And if I do that enough, I can just like walk out with a whole bunch of new stuff and not pay a dime.
Is there no website where you can keep track of your collection?
Yeah. I mean, not necessarily a website. I have a spreadsheet.
Okay.
That is, it's part of like the Yak Face forums, I think is the forum that I found it in, and it's constantly being updated. So every once in a while, I'll just like put it on my phone, and it has a checklist thing, and I can just import my inputs over to the new list if new things come out. So. But it's hard to upkeep sometimes.
Board games are easy because Board Game Geek has, you can easily add things to your collection, log plays, got a full database.
I understand keeping track of like what games you own and stuff. The logging of plays seems interesting.
I mean, if you're looking to purge, you can be like, when's the last time I played this game? And instead of just thinking about it and trying to remember, I can say, well, I played this game in 2015, the last time I played it. Maybe it's time to trade this one or let this one go, you know?
I suppose, yeah. Okay.
And I also try to make notes as to, like, did the people who I played it with like it? Like, is it something that I should bring out for them again, or did they not like it? Instead of just trying to trust my memory.
Of who played it. So do you log in who played it and if they liked it or not? And, like, who won?
Who won and the scores sometimes.
And how long it took, or...
Yeah. All that's like
because some of those games take this took 6 days.
A lot of it's there's like drop down boxes, but like for playtime, like there's a specified field for it where you can put it in.
Okay.
So.
All right. Guys, later on too, we'll probably take some questions. So make sure on the chat down where the tokens are, you can use your Blind Wave tokens to submit questions, and we'll get to some of those later on.
Yeah.
So. Now, Eric, you said about trade and stuff before, like the only thing you mentioned is like, sometimes I've bought a duplicate and I've gotten rid of it. That's not quite what I meant. Like, would you trade like, oh man, I got this one here, but I don't have this, I don't know, original Kenner Darth Vader. I'm willing to trade something from my actual collection that I don't have a duplicate for to get this original something or another, you know, like. Or as,
I would consider it, but I've never done it.
Gotcha.
For me, collecting is kind of a private affair, so I don't like go and interact and say.
You don't go to the bazaar.
No.
Yeah, I just wonder like if you had something like, you know, like, well, this one's here. I really like this one. It's one of my favorite things in my collection, but I've been looking for this.
Sure. Yeah.
So like, would I be willing to part with like this and like $20 or whatever it might be, you know, in order to get this or something?
With Star Wars being my primary collection thing, there's just so much that you don't have. That I haven't gotten to the point where I'm like, well, no, I have to go for the high end, really valuable one. I was like, no, I'll get 10 of these I don't have, but will complete my collection, you know?
Sure.
So I tend to go that way.
Like, you wouldn't be like, I'll trade this line so I can get the original first Boba Fett, like, figurine.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know?
I mean, for me, it's not necessarily about value. It's about nostalgia, you know?
And you have nostalgia for these figures.
So I probably wouldn't give them up like that, no. But anyway, I did get, like I said, this new Avatar: The Last Airbender line. They were available at Walmart and actually kind of damn cheap too. So like this one is the Aang, which I think it has a good mold. You know, it's obviously based off the cartoon, so. But it's a pretty cool one. I liked it. It comes also. We also have Katara. So Aang came with his staff. Katara has a little bit of bending. You know, these are obviously made to pose and set up as like a diorama if you wanted to, or you know, play with them if you're a child. Sokka comes with boomerang. You know, there was a part of me that was like, oh man, he doesn't come with space sword, but boomerang obviously is in this style, in this Water Tribe gear. He's gonna come with boomerang.
Later on you can have like, here's this Sokka and that Sokka. And
then we get Prince Zuko, and he comes with this little like fire dagger move things that you can do. So those are pretty cool. But I also got this other line of Aang.
Oh gosh, this one's goofy.
And it's goofy as fuck. I don't actually see that it actually scales well with these other figures I got, but I only got it because it comes with multiple heads, except it doesn't have a fucking neck.
There's no neck.
There's no neck, but it does come with an avatar version of Aang. So the white eyes and the light up, but you can't really see it very well, but deep in there's a Momo that's in this one as well. That actually scales well with the other Aang I got. So if I do this sometimes. I almost always keep stuff in the package, but I also have like contingencies if I ever do open things up and set them up. Like I get one of everything, but I have 2 Emperor guards, the red guard. I have 2 of those because if I ever set it up with Palpatine in the throne,
I can't
just have one guard. He's got to have another one.
That'd be ridiculous.
So, but down there, I have mint and box 2 of those. You know? So I've done that.
Then like if you get like, say something happens and it gets damaged, then you're like, well, guess I'll open these up then, because like the outside's not good anymore, you know.
Yeah,
sure.
So now you can set them up and have a diorama?
A diorama. But it's just Aang looks so ridiculous with no neck in this one.
He does.
It looks a little silly.
I got that. And then the last part
looks like a turtle.
It's got cool packaging, and it is an Appa, which is more of a deluxe figure.
Is it fuzzy? It looks fuzzy.
It's fuzzy. His mouth goes up and down. Unfortunately, his scale isn't correct to these other figures. That would be just a ridiculously huge.
Well, this
is already pretty heavy.
They'd have to be like this big or something, right?
Yeah. But you know, I think that our fuzzy plush Appa scales with these that we have out there. You know?
Yeah.
So, anyway, it was just cool to feel that feeling again of like, oh my god, look at these! I had no idea. Fuck it, I'm gonna get them. You know, I went there for shampoo. I came out with this line.
You went there for shampoo?
And the shampoo is on the opposite side of the store from the toy selection.
Well, you have to go back.
I get it.
Muhammad asks, which element is your favorite?
Earth. Which I was very upset there was no Toph yet. I'm hoping that if they do another line, you get Toph, Uncle Iroh, Azula. Who would be like the 4th in the line? You think?
Oh, because you gotta have 4 of them.
Yeah.
Suki maybe.
Suki.
You said Toph. You said Zuko.
Well, Zuko's already in this one. I would say it has to be Iroh, Toph, Azula, and who would have to be in there? The Boulder.
I was thinking the Boulder, but
Ozai.
Ozai would maybe a more villainous,
like a villainy group.
Ozai would be good.
Right?
Ozai would be good.
Like if you had Zuko or not, Zuko, if you had Toph, Azula,
maybe Ty Lee,
Ozai, and Toph.
Ty Lee and May.
Yeah.
Cabbage guy.
Cabbage guy would
Cabbage
be a good
guy
one.
would be good.
My cabbages.
Yeah. That he would sell better than his cabbages.
Anyway, I mean, I hope that line does well and they make more.
Sure.
But if they don't, I have the complete one and I don't have to worry about it again.
Ooh, what about Sparky Boom Man?
I mean, those would
That's too specific.
Yeah, like the thing is like you do Star Wars and you do it for 40 years. You've already gotten rid of like 7 types of Hans and Leias and Lukes, and like you start getting to like, okay, this is Gyrodon as Zavor, you know, this is Kabe from the Cantina, and you're like, who the fuck is this again? It's like, you remember the mouse and he's really thirsty? It's like, oh yeah, there's an action figure.
This is Manama.
5 action figures of him.
A Mana Man.
Yeah,
whatever it was.
So I'd love to say that, you know, I would love to have you know, some more obscure Avatar figures like the Lady of the Mist or whatever she is, the ghost. I can't remember what her name was, but she had a cool design.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Avatar, Roku, Kyoshi, but I don't think those are the ones they're going to go for. They're going to go for something that's a little more, has more FaceTime, Like, it's going to take a long time until we get, like, to the elders of the two tribes from the Great Divide.
Sure, yeah. I get you there.
Yeah. The painted lady, that's what
I
it was.
feel like you got to get through, like you got King Booming, you got the princess, you got lots of characters that you start doing much earlier before
Admiral
getting into
Zhao.
like.
Oh, Admiral Zhao would be good.
But then I'd also, that stands to a reason. It's like, all right, well, if that does well, then are we going to do Admiral Zhao before we do Korra and Korra's main cast? So I don't know.
Sure.
I like whenever a toy line can get to the point where it's that successful and it can take more risk.
What you do then is I think you take one of your lines you have be like an Avatar line that you come out like your 4 characters, and you do like Kyoshi and Roku and Korra and like the first guy or something, like whatever I can't think of his name is.
Sure.
But like
you do like the 4 benders at the beginning of the intro.
Yeah, like you do something like that, and then like, oh look, Korra sold really well. Maybe we should open up into some more Korra things. Like you could do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I guess if they make more of those.
But it's just one of those things where like Avatar has a huge fan base, but how many of that fan base regularly gets action figures, and how many of them collect every one? Star Wars has gotten lucky where it's so big where they have a huge amount of people that do that, but even they, in these last couple of years, have slowed down what they do and are re-releasing stuff that's like, you shouldn't really re-release this, do something new. But, the average kid that goes to the toy aisle to actually play with the toys doesn't give a shit if you have Poplo the Ewok, they want Luke and Han and Vader.
Well, we just said about like Visions coming out.
Yeah.
And like like how well will Visions do as a whole being something different that we haven't really had before. So like, do you get action figures out? What action figures do you make of what? There's 9 different animes.
Yeah.
Do you make an action figure based on each one? Do you do a line of like 4 just in one?
Sure.
And then when do you get to the other ones, and will they sell well?
Yeah. But I imagine if they're going to do it, you're going to get maybe 4 figures from all of Visions, and it's probably going to be something that is similar to a mold they already have, so they don't have to invest money into a whole new mold.
Like you have a Trandoshan, so you already have a Bosk mold. You use that to help make whatever. It's cheaper and easier to do.
GameStop has an exclusive line in Black Series for Star Wars where it's called Gaming Greats, right? And your Gaming Greats, okay, that sounds good. Who's going to be in this? It's like Revan, fucking Revan, yeah, that sounds great. A Purge Scout Trooper from Jedi Fallen Order, and they're like, all right. It's just a scout trooper with a special stick and repainted. It's like, yeah. Zalbar, the Wookiee from Knights of the Republic. I'm like, oh, yeah, everyone's favorite companion. It's like, no, it's just Chewie with a different belt,
Sure, yeah.
So they cut corners, and like, don't get me wrong, I think Zalbar's fine, but is he a gaming great?
Sure, yeah.
Not Malik.
Yeah.
Not
You're not.
Basta LaShawn.
It's not like main characters or anything. It's not because those you'd have to make a whole new mold for or something, right? Like there's not just like, oh well, we can make this one here, and it's just you take Leia's body and this person's head or something, and now we got it.
You'd have that with like wrestling figures too. You'd have like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat being as big as Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. It's why you get so many clone troopers and stormtroopers and stuff, because they really only have to just reskin them.
Sure. Dude, talking about that, you remember I remember there was a line of wrestling, like WWE figures, and all of them were just the exact same like body, with just a different head on it. That's all they were.
Like they were just like a ball socket joint pressed on.
And like you could like make them all flex and stuff.
Sure.
But like it was just like, here's The Rock's head on a big body. Here's Hulk Hogan's body with his head, but it was all just the same, just muscular body for every single one of them. And they were like, I think they were like maybe partly cloth, so you could mash them together and stuff too. I forget. I just remember something like that from like the 90s.
Yeah.
When I was younger. I'm like, huh. All right. And I didn't think about it back then, but yeah, make them all look exactly the same, but just like different colors or clothes or whatever on them, but it's just the exact same size.
Mhm.
So much cheaper to make.
Like never any women figures.
No, I don't remember any. No.
That's one series of figures I used to have as a kid. I had some wrestling figures.
Wrestling is huge in the collecting world.
Yeah.
Like I watch a couple YouTubers that, they focus on collecting, and even like a TikTok channel I watch, which is a guy just going and hunting. Like he lives in an area that has a lot of stores, so he'll go to his TikTok and he'll literally go to the aisle, say, okay, I can get this one, I can sell for $40 online, I can sell this and that, he'll find like this stuff. He'll even open up like the bottom like grates at Target because people like to put stuff down there.
Sure.
He opens it up and sometimes he finds stuff. I have a conspiracy that he should put shit there just to make it better, but it still gets me. I'm like, oh my god.
I'm gonna check at Walmart.
Yeah.
The only thing I can remember about wrestling action figures is back in the Attitude Era, there was a character called Al Snow, who was crazy, and he carried a mannequin head, and that was like his friend. He like talked to it and stuff, and he'd hit people with it as well.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was really only for the joke of he'd come out and say, "What does everybody want?" People would yell, "Head!" And it was the Attitude Era in the 90s.
Yep.
We were all
Sure.
much more crass than we are now. But his figure got taken off the shelves because people who knew nothing about wrestling assumed he was a serial killer who had a head.
Oh my gosh.
So they're like, this isn't okay for kids. So his got pulled. But he was also usually paired with like Steve Blackman or something. I can't remember exactly who it was. But like he was pissed.
Yeah.
Because his figure also got pulled because it was paired with Al's.
Yeah.
Sucks.
That's funny.
But it's really it lends itself so well to action figures because it's not like in Star Wars where it's like, all right, I got to do a mold of an Authorian hammerhead. It's like, well, no, it's another guy that's buff with shorts on, and he's got to change the head pretty much and then color it, right? Also, who in the right mind that plays with wrestling figures isn't going to buy a ring playset and then the cage accessory, Whereas a Star Wars collector might not pick up every vehicle, know?
Sure.
It's like, no, only this vehicle goes with this person. I'm not going to buy it just for the one toy, but you can play with every toy with that playset.
Yeah.
So it's really, really smart
Sure.
for them doing it like that.
Dude, one of the best toy things was like if you could find something like the Ninja Turtles, that's perfect for toys because like you got these Ninja Turtles, they all look the same except you just put a different color and give them a different weapon, know?
Yeah. It was the same thing with animating the show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why like sometimes they would have the wrong voice coming out of the wrong turtle and
Yeah.
stuff too because like they
Frequently.
Just
Yeah.
got confused.
I had a Turtles playset that was smaller, but it had like a sewer under it, and then you could go through the manhole into a street.
That's sweet.
And then from the street, like a roof. And it was only this big, but it was fucking awesome.
I just had the van.
The van was
The van
good.
was awesome.
Yeah. I think I had the blimp, but I lost the blimp part and just had the like little plane thing that comes after it.
Blimp.
Yeah. I had Aaron. I had Zordon's Palace
Oh yeah, that's cool.
too.
Yeah.
That was one of the coolest
I had
play
that.
sets.
That's good.
Because you had the play set, you open it up and Zordon's there, and then you had this little microphone that you took off of it, and you could go, Rangers, and it would change your voice. And you could speak as Zordon. It sound like as a kid, you're like, I am Zordon.
Oh my
But
gosh.
you could be like, Rangers, I need teenagers with attitude. It
But
Yeah.
what playset was it though?
was a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers play
Yeah.
set. And it was Zordon's Palace.
Oh, okay.
So you could open it up, and Zordon's like tube is there with his
Yeah.
face.
That makes more
with the
sense, okay.
microphone
And it had
under,
alpha.
like behind it.
That's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
like
It was
that.
cool. And the Power Ranger figures that I had, like they'd have their normal heads.
Yeah.
And you push a button and it would like flip.
It would flip.
Yeah.
They had these giant chests.
Yeah.
I remember
Kimberly.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember those.
You could take off like the Green Ranger's shield and put it on another Ranger. That was cool.
I had ones where like they had a little button on their back, and whenever you pushed it, like some of them would just kick their leg,
Yep.
and other
Sure.
ones would like move their arm.
Absolutely.
But they were repositionable, so you could have like if you put their arm like this, their arm would go like that. But you could also like move it over here, and then their arm would go like this.
Yeah.
And it was really weird, but I had
Didn't
those a
you,
lot.
Like make them like do a wank off motion as well. I feel like
Oh,
one
yeah.
of those got pulled too.
So
I'm sure you could.
You could,
Yeah.
but the thing is that it's meant for karate chop action.
Yeah.
But if you put it down and start it from behind its back, then it's doing this. And kids, kids, they would do that all the time. You were talking about the Attitude Era in wrestling. I just remember like kids on the playground just like doing this to each other, The teachers being like, "Stop that!"
I remember that.
I was one of those. I was one of those kids.
Fucking so stupid.
So stupid.
Or at least I hung out with those kids.
Yeah.
I probably did it too.
I definitely remember kids back in our school doing that.
Uh-huh.
Someone fucking fall on the ground or get out or something like that from kickball, and they're just on the ground. And someone just comes up. Oh!
It's so stupid.
What the fuck? What happened? Why?
You've done that to me.
Like here, that's the
Yeah.
joke of it was that this is what it was like, Calvin. We're trying to give you the school experience.
Yeah, the joke
By
of it is
bullying
it's
me.
so immature.
Yeah,
But back then it was cool.
yeah. That it's the irony of
Sure.
this is the cool thing to do. We're fucking cool kids. Like, all right. I don't know.
For my week, if we're ready to move on.
Yeah.
Evie's birthday.
Yay!
It's a good time.
Good.
I got her out of the house, and Maggie made it up as a surprise. She wanted a surprise party, even though she's been counting the days down to her birthday for
Sure.
many weeks now. But it was a good time. Had some board games, but for Bad Movie Night, she got to pick the bad movie. So she picked 1966 Batman, the Adam West movie.
It's a good one.
She loves the show, but she hadn't seen the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so normally for Bad Movie Nights, we pair them with drinking games as well. And if Evie participates, she drinks water or something to be included. But that one may have been the roughest one that I've ever done.
Really?
It was Neil Breen before, but I think that's because I was drinking a stronger drink with Neil Breen. If I had been drinking like rum with this one, I would have died. There were only 3 rules. Rule number 1 was anytime someone says yo ho. Which, having not seen the movie for a long time, I thought, well, that's not too bad.
Yeah, as a
That's
casual, it's like
Can't
yo
be
ho.
that
I mean, what, you
bad.
gonna see a pirate?
There's so many pirates. Evie's my daughter. The other rule, rule number 2,
Mm-hmm.
was 2 drinks anytime Robin says holy blank.
Holy rusted metal, Batman!
I was about to say that one because I remember that one from the thing. It's like, what? The ground, it's all holy.
It's holy rusted metal.
Holy
Rusted.
red skies of death!
It's all rusted and holy. That's what it
That
was.
happens frequently, as you can imagine, as well, and that's a double. So, rough.
Yeah, that's a rough one, yeah.
But the killer
The killer.
is not Batman, but anytime someone says bat something, take a drink.
So yeah, which you might be like, okay, not Batman,
Yeah.
but the Bat computer.
Yep.
The Bat copter.
Yep.
Bat phone.
Bat bicycle.
The bat rope.
The Bat
Bat
rope.
belt.
Rope.
The bat shark repellent.
Why is it bat?
Yep.
It's not just rope. It's a bat rope.
It's a
Not
bat
only
rope.
is a bat rope, there's a label on
Yeah,
it
it's
that says bat rope.
so you
Yeah.
don't confuse it with the regular rope.
Exactly. Everything in that movie's labeled. It's amazing.
Better.
It's labeled. This
branding.
is where you got it from.
It automatically increases its value if it's a bat rope.
Like Aaron, Rick would be like, Aaron, label that. I'm like,
How would
why?
you know?
Like
I
Aaron,
know
like
what it is. Like,
if
I
you
know
go
what
to,
this is.
like if you go to the store and you can get chicken nuggets, or you can get chicken nuggets shaped like Baby Yoda. Which one's more expensive?
Well, probably the Yoda one.
Yeah, same thing with Batman.
Well, but the,
He's
the rope
rich.
is not shaped like a bat.
No, but it says it's for bats.
But it's for a man who dresses like a bat.
Yeah, and that's cool, Aaron.
The Batman.
The funniest
Doing
thing
that.
was he has all this bat gadgets. You know, whatever he needs at the time, he has it, and it's a bat gadget. But like the one time he needed a batarang, didn't have a fucking batarang.
Did he go for it? He's gone.
No, he needed to climb up somewhere. He's like, well, I've only got one batarang and one bat rope, so we're gonna have to share. Like, really? You've got all this stuff, and you only have one batarang. All right.
Some days
I
you
would-
just can't get rid of a bomb.
I understand you got very drunk because those rules were harsh, but I would also probably add in a waterfall whenever they go up the building sideways. Did they do that in the movie, or?
Yes, they did.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and there was some. I have to assume he's some famous person from back in the '60s. I have no idea who he is.
Okay.
They're like climbing up, and this dude with a recognizable face like sticks his head out and like looks at him, and goes back in. But, like clearly that's a celebrity cameo that I just have no idea who that was.
Okay.
Not back then, anyway.
Yeah, but
you should waterfall then, and then waterfall when he's getting rid of a bomb.
There was one additional rule that we did not do, which was finish your drink when Batman says, even drinkers are worth saving, Robin.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my gosh.
Man. Even drinkers. All right. It's funny though. There's definitely some. I was looking at a thing recently where it's like some things where it's like this was said in a movie, like didn't age well, or you probably couldn't say that today, or all these different things. So that's one of those things where it's like, okay, that's probably not a line you'd use today, but all right.
Make sure you drink responsibly.
Yes.
If you choose to follow in my steps.
I haven't listened to it in a while, but there's a podcast called Hollywood Babylon, and one of the hosts is a guy named Ralph Garman, and I'm pretty sure he's known and recognized as having one of the world's largest Batman 66 collections.
Oh, okay.
And he was a huge Batman fan, and he actually would do, like, he was a radio guy, and he did like background voices for Family Guy, and by doing that, he was able to meet Adam West, and he's actually the guy that was responsible for getting Adam West's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He spearheaded it, raised the money for it.
Oh.
So being able to give him that honor before he passed away.
That's cool.
So
Cool.
Yeah,
it's just really cool to think that, like, as a kid, that guy grew up with that guy as Batman, amassed one of the world's largest collections, and then became his like one of his really good friends. It's got to be like a strange but cool experience.
It's a lot like what happened with Ed Wood and Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Sounds like, if you've seen the movie Ed Wood. He's this terribly bad director, but he loved Bela Lugosi. He was his favorite actor. Like, Bela was, like, you know, he wasn't a star anymore. I can't remember if it was drugs or alcohol, but, like, he was really down, you know.
Yeah.
And, like, Ed put him in all of his movies, and he was super psyched to be in movies again.
That's nice.
Even though they were
that's why you know this.
Also, I've seen Ed Wood, which is a really good movie starring Johnny Depp as Ed Wood.
Oh, okay.
It's got Bill Murray in it, too.
I like Bill Murray.
Yep.
It's a fun movie about making movies.
That's what Be Kind Rewind's about, too.
Indeed. Which is also fun.
You seen that one, Calvin?
Nope.
Jeez. All right. Dude, from my week, not too much, I don't think, has changed. I think last week I talked about being into Dead by Daylight a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I was just excited about, like, Pinhead and stuff, so I've been playing that still more. We did finish up in my watch through with the family for Star Wars. We've been doing that every week, usually on Fridays, watching through. We finished up episode 1 in all the Clone Wars, and we've moved on to watching Bad Batch.
Oh,
and
sweet.
Yesterday, we sat down to have dinner, and usually at dinner through the weekday, the kids want to watch My Hero Academia. And even, like, last Friday, we were watching the last couple episodes of Clone Wars and the first episode of Bad Batch. And when I was like, all right, you guys ready for Star Wars? Kanan's like, I wanted to watch My Hero. And Mom, Melanie, was like, shh, Kanan. It's like, don't say that. Just say, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's all right.
Please, your father.
So we got last night we were sitting down to eat and stuff, and it's like, you guys want to watch something? What you guys want to watch? And I was waiting for him to, like, Kanan's always My Hero. He goes, I want to watch Star Wars. And I was like, what?
It's happened. I love you, son.
I'm like, oh.
I don't even care if it's for pity. I love
I'm
him.
like, all right. So then whenever we had whenever we watched the episode as well, because throughout Clone Wars, Coulson sometimes speaks up with, like, this or that, and I'm like, yeah, Coulson, that's right. Good job, you remembered, you know, because their first time going through it, like, I don't know if are they really paying attention? Are they kind of watching? Are they remembering any of this stuff or whatnot? And during the second episode, they go to a place and whatnot, and Kanan's like, isn't this where Rex went? And I was like, yeah, Kanan. I was like, he did pay attention.
Yeah.
Even though I was always like, I don't think he likes Star Wars that much.
He's like wasted the name on you. No.
Yeah, no. We haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah. So he'll probably be a lot more interested in that, because that's probably a name he doesn't hear much.
Yeah, but he really likes Bad Batch right now and stuff. So been into that. He loves Wrecker.
Sure.
And I think Omega. And it's also a little different than like Clone Wars, which I love Clone Wars. I think it's good, but it's also a little bit more anthology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like sometimes you jump around and you're with other Jedi or other people that you might not know as much, or lots of it's with Anakin and Obi-Wan, but sometimes maybe you're not with Anakin and Obi-Wan. So
it's interesting that he watched episode 1 of Bad Batch and saw his namesake, but didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't say anything about nothing. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna say anything about this because, especially the younger two, like they don't necessarily know what's going forward with different things, and like some parts of episode 3, like it was so fun watching Kanan on a few parts because he was like, what?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yes.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you got to get them early now that they're growing up with the internet.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's interesting too because watching Star Wars, like I feel like there's 2 ways to watch it, and either way you can get different surprises in different ways. So it's fun. This is my first time kind of seeing it from one perspective.
Sure.
Whereas last time I watched it through was a different perspective.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
I get you.
So I'm just kind of excited that like him and Kanan and Ayla are enjoying Bad Batch a good bit. I think especially because of Wrecker. Like their favorite quote is like, "I like to blow stuff up because I like to blow stuff up," and they're like, "Ah." Like Colton and Kanan are like, "That's so funny."
It's funny whenever, because as you've been going through Star Wars, I've had levels of like, well, right now I'm in a very intensive Star Wars training, trying to get every detail in my head. So like as you were going through the actual movies, the next time I'd see you, you'd be like, "I got a new question for you,"
Yeah.
And like it felt like it was just a week or two ago when you had watched episode 3, and like, "I got one for you," and it was like, "How did Obi-Wan escape Utapau?" And you're wanting just Grievous's ship.
Yeah.
But I was in fucking like that whole night before, I was doing nothing but studying episode 3, and I'm just like, Bellabub 22, Heavy Starfighter, the Soulless One.
Yeah. Well, that was what I was thinking. Was like, what's a good way to ask? Is it better to say whose ship?
Yeah.
Is it better to say what ship? Like.
Sure.
So I just said like, how do you escape? Just to see like what all you'd give me for it.
Yeah.
And so like when I watched episode 2 and episode 1 as well, like there's a few times I'm like, oh, that would be an interesting question.
Yeah.
And I was watching episode 1 and 2. I think I was like texting him.
Sure.
And like everyone was like, stop texting us in here.
No, we did it in the group chat.
I did. So, but yeah, no, it's been fun. I'm glad that because Leon and Coulson have been like, I want to watch Star Wars, and Kane's like, I want to watch My Hero, and then now like it's turned a little bit more where like they're all kind of like, yeah, let's watch more Star Wars, see what happens. Like, all right, because Bad Batch I didn't have in my schedule, so like it's just kind of pushed everything further.
Yeah.
But if we watch it like every day because of dinner, watching an episode, we'll get through it a little quicker too.
Mm-hmm.
Awkward and we did.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I haven't been trying to rush it or anything, but like My Hero, we watched one at dinner, but it wasn't always every night either, because Fridays we wouldn't necessarily do it because we had Star Wars night, and Mondays usually I'm not home because I'm streaming and stuff too. So it's like 3 or 4 nights a week we would watch like an episode. But
what episode?
An episode.
I just want to hear this.
An episode. But yeah, so it's been fun.
Good.
Other than that, that's about it, I guess.
All right.
Leon hooked up the Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like downstairs. It was like the 360 was there. He hooked it up into a TV, turned it on. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Come here, let me show you this." And he showed me all that. And there was KOTOR. Last night he was wanting to know, like, "Dad, do you know where the Kinect is?" And I'm like, "It should be somewhere in there." Like this one room where there's all this stuff. And he was like, "Do you know if we have any 360 games?" I was like, "Yeah, there's some 360 games." So I went through and I grabbed the 360 games I have, and they're mostly like exclusives because I had a PS3 for most general games and stuff. So it's more so like Star Wars exclusive games and Halo and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, and which is still wrapped up. I never opened it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I bought it like brand new when it first came out. I think it was back in like around 2008 when I was in Illinois. I bought it back when I was in Illinois and brought it back, but I always had my PlayStation there. I didn't have my 360 there, so I just brought it back. Never played it when it had just came out, and it's just been sealed ever since. So
we should. A couple of speedrunners I watched did a versus in that.
Yeah.
So, they would go and build their vehicles and then race them against each other. That'd be fun.
Yeah. The game seems like a fun idea. It seems different from a Banjo-Kazooie game.
Oh, it's much different. I mean, it still has the same humor and writing.
Yeah. I really wanted to play it. I just haven't yet. So. But yeah, no. So I found the I found the Kinect. I found I still had my old box for the R2D2 360, and it came with the Kinect and stuff. And inside it was the Kinect, so I got it out. He was able to.
Did you have many Kinect games?
I mean, I had there's Fruit Ninja, and then there was a Star Wars Kinect game, which that's the one that had the I'm Han Solo, that song.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And that song and stuff in it.
I love that song.
Did you have Racketeer?
There's a couple others. I don't think so. I think I had a UFC trainer one or something, which was more of a exercising game.
What was the one that was like a railgun shooter, and you like.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
I think the best thing about that Kinect Star Wars game, that dancing part,
What?
they had Joe Yowza do the 2, 3, go.
Yeah.
I think my favorite Kinect game was Diabolical Pitch by Suda, which you're a pitcher in the zombie apocalypse. You have to throw the baseballs in order to kill the zombies. Good shit.
I never saw that one. No, I didn't have. I think I have like maybe 3-4 games for the Kinect. We didn't do it a whole lot. Usually it was connected up, and Leon, when he was like a little kid, like I don't know, 4 or something, he'd be like, Xbox, play Netflix, and like it'd be like this little kid kind of voice, and it was funny. That was the main use for it. And then he would try to play Fruit Ninja as like this little 3-year-old. Just it was funny. And now he's trying to play it now. Yeah, all right, I'm done. So he has that now. I was like, maybe we should hook all up the like some of my old retro consoles and stuff. Like I still have a PS2, I think, and a PS3, a Super Nintendo, stuff like that, N64. But that's about
Alvin,
it.
Do you have anything?
Nothing really exciting for me. Still taking care of kitties. They're doing a lot better.
Good.
Still waiting on an appointment to get them into the vet, get their shots and everything. But oh yeah, I helped Dababa move. That was fun.
It always is.
It was like I have moved more things for like a kid in their own room, like from one place to another. Like it was a tiny move. It was great. It was quick. It was like a couple hours, and it was done.
You guys did like 2 trips, I think, right?
Yeah.
It was like 1 and 2. No, I mean that's part of that is why like Leon had the 360 because he was down in the basement looking at stuff, and there was a 360 sitting there. He just plugged everything in. Like, what's this? Let me look at it. So, yeah.
That's about it. Nothing else super exciting or anything.
My friendship level with people has definitely changed when I don't have a truck anymore. When you have a truck, you're like such a good friend. I'm gonna ask you to help me move. But I don't have a truck, and you're just kind of like, I don't know. It's nice. That's why the SUV is good. You still got a lot of space to move your own stuff, but people don't want to like put it inside your vehicle.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
Yep.
But they didn't use my truck though.
No.
Nope.
No.
Well, your friend level's not that much.
Yeah, I guess.
None of us have a truck. We just made do.
They had a van.
Yeah. Yeah, she rented a van.
Aaron has to always make sure he has a truck, so at least one of us does.
I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking about getting rid of it. I just don't know what I want to get. I was debating on like, should I have a truck? I don't know. I was like, maybe I should get like an Avalanche, because I want enough room where like we have 2 vehicles that can carry the family.
Yeah.
Like one of those.
The Avalanche has like that little bed in the back, but then you can fold down like the second row area, and then it's like an El Camino, but you can fit more people into it, and then close it back and open it back up to have more room.
Sure.
But it's a truck, kind of. I don't even know if they still make those. I just remember those when I was younger. I'm sure they might. I don't know.
They have things like Avalanches. They have short bed crew cab trucks and stuff.
Sure.
But I don't know whether you can do the back seat fold
I don't
down
know
thing.
either. So I'll see.
I know they have trucks that have like a tailgate that folds down, and then you can like stretch it out and make it longer. So maybe something like that would be cool. I
don't need a truck, but I've had one for a long time.
When I had a truck, I would often find myself in situations like I
wish I had a truck.
I need yeah. Now that I don't have it, I guess I just don't put myself in those situations.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not going to go pick up mulch. I'm going to have someone deliver me mulch.
Sure. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it would be I'm getting a washer and dryer. I go pick them up from Lowe's. Now it's like, well, I would need to have Lowe's deliver the washer and dryer because I can't pick it up. But then when I need to get rid of the washer and dryer,
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what do I do with this old one?
Yep.
So I used it when I was getting rid of stuff at Rick's dumpster that he finally got rid of.
Oh yeah, that was the best thing.
That's the best thing of your week, right?
That was the best thing of the week.
I drove by your house just to see it.
Yeah, while I was driving home, I wasn't sure I was in the right place because there was no dumpster outside.
Yeah, right.
With you, I can actually believe that. Anyone else, I would say they were just being dramatic.
Yeah, no, it just kept getting rescheduled for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Finally picked her up.
No, we already have a minivan, Alicia.
It's true.
That's like Melanie's car, and then I have my truck.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, well, I already got one. Get something else. There's a good bit of room in there, but
All right. Well, that's enough about the past. Let's talk about the future.
The future.
the future.
Scream Stream's coming up.
Scream Stream is coming up, like next week. Like this is like our last. We have like one more week of not Scream Streams before having Scream Stream.
Yep.
Indeed.
Even though I am debating on Monday when I'm going to stream, and Dead by Daylight has circulated in my head of like maybe I should just play Dead by Daylight, but I don't know. But yeah, no, we were talking about Scream Stream and stuff, and what's going to be coming and what we are going to be playing.
Yeah.
And I have the schedule, and I think it's subject to change possibly.
Possibly.
We do have the schedule. I think that's going to be going live here.
It's
so.
in drying concrete.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested in knowing what the games are going to be, we have my Mondays are going to be with Resident Evil Village.
Resident Evil.
Calvin still has his Tuesdays. He's going to pick up with Little Nightmares 2 because he finished Little Nightmares last year.
Yep.
And Fear last year. So he's going to be doing the sequels to both those games that he did last time. Wednesday, Eric is going to be playing Soma, which he may or may not beat within 3 to 4 streams.
Sure.
So in case he beats it and doesn't have anything on the last day, he's going to check out Limbo.
I can pad it out with eating pizza time if I need to.
You could. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
And then we also are going to be only having 2 podcasts during the month of October because we have Back for Blood coming out in the middle of the month. So we have that week, that podcast and that group stream are going to be Back for Blood. We're going to be playing that. And then the other Fridays, we're going to have Dead by Daylight on the first Friday, the first Scream stream. Sign of Silence, which is an interesting looking game. Phasmophobia after the Back for Blood one. Labyrinthine is going to be taking up a podcast spot. And then our RPG will be in the final Friday of October. We'll be doing our Scream stream, like RPG horror
That
adventure.
one will be starting early.
Which I know a bunch of you guys have been looking forward to.
If you didn't watch last year's, actually just go back and watch it because we put it up as a thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Last year's one-shot RPG. So much fun. The year before that was so much fun. This year is going to be even more fun.
And then the last part of my schedule here that I have is that on Saturdays, Rick has the most that he's playing because he actually has 5 days for streaming. So he's playing a game called At Dead of Night, which he picked and was excited for and stuff. I don't know exactly about that.
Yeah, it's a full motion video game by the same people who did Contradiction, which is one of my favorite games ever. So very excited.
So there's that one. There's the new Amnesia game called Amnesia Rebirth that none of us have played. I think it came out late last year in October, and it just we don't have time to put it in any schedule.
Yeah.
So Rick's gonna be checking that out Saturdays, and then if he needs one more, Layers of Fear will be his final Saturday. These are all like roughly subject to change because it's really hard to kind of gauge out what the play time is going to be. There's how to beat, and here's like a rough average. It's hard to gauge that. So hopefully all of these will be able to be beaten in their amount of time.
That's why I'm not going to be beating Psychonauts 2 this Saturday because that one at the very least wasn't out. So I didn't know how long it was going to be.
Right, yeah. It's just hard to gauge any of that kind of stuff. So, but there's our schedule. It's a little subject to change.
Yeah.
Some things may be removed or added or changed or whatnot, or if we really enjoy one game, maybe we'll move some things around and stuff, but we'll see.
I think throughout
But,
Here are the stickers that
yeah,
we're going to give away.
We're going to be doing giveaways throughout. We'll be able to scare people with, what would they use?
Damn it, Eric. You're like, yeah, and I don't know this stuff.
I knew what it was last year, but is it different this year?
There's going to be an add-on below stream.
that's
it's an
right.
extension.
Extension.
And they can use bits to add in some jump scares
Yep.
and such. Which before we had visuals before, but usually we don't get to see what's really popping up
Not
or
really.
anything. So it's just audio cues.
Which is perfect for me.
Yeah, it's great. So we'll be getting all that stuff set up so that you guys can do that, and they'll range from like they'll have like a range of how kind of scary they are, and that
Yeah.
kind of changes based on the bit amount as well. So intensity and scary and all that kind
Duration.
of stuff. And yeah, it all kind of amps up as it goes along with that.
Indeed.
And then we might, if there's any kind of notifications for like subscriptions or any of that kind of stuff, it'd probably follow themes and whatnot. But we haven't had those in most of our streams lately, so it might just be the bit sounds and stuff that we go with.
And the
but-
RPG we'll be doing is even more interactive. So
Even
make sure
more.
you're around for that as well.
That sounds crazy, Rick.
It is crazy.
And then yeah, Calvin, what do you have?
I have a Blind Wave logo that is in the Halloween colors of purple and orange. And
The
then we
Monster
have
Mash.
a smaller version of that with a slightly lighter purple, slightly brighter orange. And we also have a bunch of green and orange pumpkins that say Scream Stream with the little Blind Wave logo over here.
So those are going to be stickers that we'll be giving away throughout the month of October for our
Mhm.
Scream Stream stuff. So
Yes, and these are all clear stickers. So if you're putting them on a laptop, it'll just show the bits that aren't in white here.
yes. Yeah, so that will be most of our Scream Stream schedule and things that we have going forward. The RPG will be on the last Friday of the month. I saw someone saying about that. So that's on the I don't know
We're not
what it is.
exactly
the
sure the
29th.
start time, but it'll be earlier than a normal stream.
Indeed.
Than a normal Friday stream, yeah. Yes, it will. To give us a little bit more time to have some more story elements and stuff. Last year was a lot of fun, right, Eric?
Yep.
Last year was memorable.
The
It was
RPG.
It was very memorable.
We've
Yeah,
had
it was
two.
it was a game designed to kill us quickly and create new characters, and I had a character last like half of the stream. He had seen some shit by that point. He died.
Longer than believable.
Yeah.
Chaos incarnate.
Yep.
So, but yeah.
My favorite moment from that one was, oh, there's a man on the roof down there as we're like flying over the city. And then someone
There's a
redeems the
gunshot.
sound of a gunshot, and he's like, he died.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Or it was like, never mind, or something like that. It was a really good one.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a whole spooky month going on. We'll also be having, if you're not a patron and you haven't seen, there's some scary movies that have been slowly rolling out on early access. Those will all be hitting YouTube during the month of October. I don't believe the first will be a scary movie, but I think from the 8th, the following 4 will be at least scary themed, Halloween
In the horror
themed,
genre.
somewhere in that category and whatnot. So
Halloween appropriate.
I think so, yeah.
Indeed.
So
And if you've seen our Instagram, you've gotten a hint for one of them, at the very least, because we did a special intro for it.
Oh, that was fun.
there was an
Yeah.
intro.
Hey.
Very much so. So, all these two are going to be blind playthroughs, with the exception of some of the group stream stuff. Dead by Daylight we played before, Phasmophobia we played before. Though there's been some updates to those since the last time we've played them.
And updates to our setup, so hopefully they work better.
Hopefully things all run nice and smooth and there's no issues because Blindway doesn't have
Never
streaming
Any issues.
issues.
I didn't run out of recording space for the podcast today.
There's a note sticker from Spoopy on the giveaway envelopes.
Oh, is there?
What?
I wasn't sure if that was for
From
the
Spoopy?
actual thing. Yeah.
What the hell is Spoopy?
What's it
Spoopy the
say?
Bat.
Happy.
It says Happy Scream Stream.
Spoopy
Love
the Bat.
Spoopy the Bat.
I thought his name was Calvin.
That's a working theory we have. A
Oh.
living theory, if you would
Calvin's
say.
never around when the bat is.
I know.
Like that, the first time I had to deal with the bat,
Yep.
Calvin had left
Yep.
shortly before. I went downstairs to leave myself, and there was a bat. So yes. But yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see if anything changes or anything. Hopefully everything plays out really well. But blind playthroughs of these, the jump scares and all that, some of the giveaways and stuff.
Mhm.
It's usually a fun month, and we usually have fun with Scream Stream time. So
Yeah.
at least I do. I know Eric went a little crazy last year, but
I
Well,
did.
partially the game that he played too. I probably would have gone crazy as well.
and if you guys missed any of that stuff too, there are some highlights I think of some of those on the YouTube channel. There's also VODs and the Twitch archive that I think has all the playthroughs of the older
Yeah.
games. So if you're like, oh well, what about this game or that game? Like some people say about like Outlast and stuff, which has been played at least by me. Some amnesia stuff's been played on the channel. I don't know, all kinds of stuff. Resident Evils, as many of those as I can have been transferred. I think at least last year's was, and if I can get some of the older ones that were done, I might try to get those too.
Yeah.
Actually, I think one of the first Last of Us that Eric ever played was during a Scream stream. That's when you played it. Like it was like, oh, why don't you play Last of Us? That's
Was
kind of
it?
scary, and you're like, oh, okay. I think so. I think it was
Okay.
during October when you played it.
Gotcha.
Sounds right. I could be making it up.
I remember playing it while you guys went and saw a movie.
We saw Halloween,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
that's right. Okay, you were right.
So that sounds about right because those probably came out close to
Mm-hmm.
Close to October.
October-y times.
Yeah.
But it was the reboot sequel.
Yeah. There's one horror movie we went and watched. Maybe it was It, where it was like the middle of summer, and like
Yeah.
I got
That
out
was
of there.
the first It or the Chapter 2 It. I haven't seen the Chapter 2.
It might have been, but like I got out of the theater and I was expecting like fall breeze.
Yeah, right.
You know? And
Sure.
I'm just the sun.
Man, woke
Fucking
up today. It's nice and brisky.
Oh yeah, I know.
Put on my hoodie. I was like,
Sweater
oh
on.
yeah,
I walked out, wasn't prepared, and I just went to my truck.
yeah.
I wasn't going to go back in. Too late now.
Oh yeah. Me too. I put this on when I got here. I just wore a t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm going to have to
I
make
really
some...
just really enjoy fall.
My
Yeah.
favorite time.
I really
don't
enjoy
mind winter at all, especially the first half. The back half feels like you've been here too long.
Of fall?
Of winter.
Of winter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get you.
Yeah, I quite like the snow, and I never really been bothered with driving on snow or anything. Sometimes when I had my old truck, getting out of my driveway sucked, but that's not the case in my car now.
Getting
so I
in
really
your
have no
driveway sucked
complaint.
too.
Huh?
I said getting in your driveway sucked
yeah.
too.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it did.
gosh, your driveway when we had to be there.
Yeah.
Sometimes that was tricky.
Yeah.
Sometimes when there was no snow, it was tricky.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Yeah, I remember that. I forgot. It's been so long since I had to I haven't gone to your house in a long time.
Dip reminding me about the Halloween review where we had a shadow in the background.
We did, didn't
oh,
we?
yeah.
Dee-dee-dee, and it went away. Yeah, I remember that. That was great.
Crazy the things you forget.
It's always fun having like little oh, what's that? Like it just
Yeah.
showed up for like, I think it was like 10, 20 seconds in the middle of our review while we were talking, and then went away, and we never referenced it.
Yeah.
And we did a little Halloween trail. No, I'm excited for stuff. I want to watch. I just want to watch different scary movies. I had a post on Facebook like, what should I have Melanie watch this year? With
Mm-hmm.
This is the only month that I can convince her to do it. So, and I'm gonna watch something. There's been a lot of movies where I'm like, man, I haven't seen these movies. I don't even know if. I'm pretty sure I watched like Jeepers Creepers 1. I can't remember it at all. There's some elements I remember here and there where I'm like, maybe I only watched parts of it, but I don't remember like that movie at all. We should watch Jeepers Creepers, Melanie. She goes, no, I don't want to. So,
Did you expect a different answer?
no, I didn't. But yeah, so there you go. That's most of the Scream stream plans and stuff. If anyone has any questions or anything, message us on Twitter or me on Twitter, or go to the Twitch Discord channel and you can ask some things there and stuff. And
Indeed. But I do have some questions that I can get to.
Questions.
Right now that we're redeemed using the button in the lower left, looks like a purple bubble.
Pop that bubble. Ask a question.
Indeed.
you just made me think of Power Rangers the movie.
Made me think of Labyrinth.
You know what I'm talking about, Eric?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Rick?
No?
There's a song that they played like during all the kids, like all the parents are like, and all the kids are like, and then the song was like, bust our bubble, something.
Oh, we're in
Yeah, that's what it was. We're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And they bust our bubble
Yep.
singing. Yeah, I remember that.
No.
I don't know why. He said about trouble, and that's what popped in my head.
I'll be going through these questions, but don't forget that we're coming back, or we're staying on for the Nintendo Direct later.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll have a
So don't go
break.
anywhere.
But we'll still be alive with our 420 came up.
Indeed.
And you can
think.
see what you can see in the studio. Maybe there'll be a clue for something. No, there won't be. I'm sorry.
Will it be blurry?
Drive people
Yeah,
crazy.
just like in our YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I just remember that just now. So I just did a video, and I was in the library. Last few had been in the library, and I was up against It was actually one of the manga ones.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of One Piece stuff behind me, and the
Yep.
whole thing was just people asking, One Piece, what's this One Piece? Why is there
Every
One Piece?
comment-
You gave us hope for One Piece, Aaron. Why?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was just in the library. I wasn't
Yeah.
really. It's great though. It's funny. I laughed a lot.
Yeah, I did one in the library. No one said anything. I wasn't in front of One Piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I'm walking through things and moving and stuff. And this one I wasn't. But then I saw Calvin also did one on his own on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I feel like you set up your shelves.
I turned books. That's about all I did.
That's true. Aaron being in the library is already suspicious.
Yeah. What the fuck is he doing in there? He's obviously not reading.
There's comic books and stuff. I was by the manga. Those are pictures. And some of those manga picture things are
Of your interest.
of my interest. So, what you got now? If you watch Mailbag, you know what I'm talking about. And they always try to take it away. No,
It
look
is
at
because
that.
we have to move on.
I'm looking at this.
It is charming or adorable that fans think that we hid our One Piece hint in a Twitch video that will only be up for 3 hours, you know? It's like, I'm pretty sure if we did that, which we won't because it's way too long, if we did that, it's going to be a little more monumental.
All right, Keef5 asks, how many of you have played D2? Would any of you consider streaming it? I very much doubt anyone in this room has played it. It's a survival horror game.
D2?
From like the Dreamcast
I
era.
named that was the Ducks.
I
Wait.
also have not played.
What was the question?
Have any of you played D2? And would any of you consider streaming it?
You're not talking about Diablo 2?
I assume he means the survival horror Dreamcast
I think it's
game?
D2 Mighty Ducks.
I would imagine since like Diablo 2 has a remastered coming out, it was
I
that.
suppose
But
that's true, but the name of my game is actually the letter D and the number 2.
I know a lot of people say D2 when they talk about Diablo.
I mean, you're right. There is a video game called D2.
Mhm.
It's a survival horror. Did you look this up?
Oh. I love survival
It
horror
says survival horror video game developed for the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could go with our Scream Streamers category, but it could also go with Diablo. So I
That
have no
sounds
idea.
ridiculous. Can't be Diablo.
Well, Diablo 2 like remastered either is coming out soon or just came out. I
I'm pretty
forget
sure it already
which.
released.
I think it's out, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the.
There was like a early access alpha that came out like a month ago or something.
Yeah, while they look that up, whenever I think of the word or the number, the letter in
Came out
number
today?
D2, I think of the DSS-02 planetary shield generator from
Gosh.
Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
I have not played Diablo 2, nor have I played D2. Either one.
I played Diablo 2.
Diablo 2 was always one that I heard really good things about, and people loved it, and it was like StarCraft. It was like a favorite from back in the day. I never played it, and then like I thought about going back to it, and I never did, or it looked too old, or I don't know what it was, but I never did. D2 has always been Mighty Ducks. Yes, Eric, that's what we all jump to.
James asks, you have to commit a heist and get away with no one finding out.
Yep.
You want to take everything you can within a limited time. You get to choose any 3 fictional characters. Who do you pick for your team? I feel like I picked the Phantom Troop because they did it pretty well.
Michael Schofield.
So who do I pick to rob a bank from anything?
Commit a heist and get away with no one finding out. You can choose any 3 fictional characters.
I won't pick the Joker because he'll kill us all by the end.
Frank
in
Ocean.
a certain way.
All right. I want
Nick Cage from Willy's Wonderland.
Tech from the Bad Batch.
Okay.
I want that girl from X3 that was running away from the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
On her.
Oh, was it
I want
Danny?
Hayden
I
Christensen's
don't
Jumper.
Yeah, sure, maybe.
Or Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker. Or Hayden Christensen's guy from House.
And I want Matt Parkman.
Matt Parkman's
There's
good.
my team.
He's like the ultimate negotiator.
Yeah. I feel like I got some really good stuff right there. Because, like,
Yeah.
I got Tech, who's really good at tech, obviously. Right? He can hack stuff, do whatever I need. That girl from X-Men that I can't think of who it was could walk through walls. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's a good power to have, an ability. And then Matt Parkman had, like, mind reading power things and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like psychic-y things. I feel like that's gonna be nice to have too. And there you go.
Shizuku, Nove, and Melorion, all from Hunter x Hunter.
All from Hunter x Hunter.
Yep.
All right.
Because you got your teleporter.
Mm.
You've got your vacuum that can hold everything.
Okay.
And you've got someone to make someone invisible. Presumably the vacuum person.
Presumably.
And also Nove while he's setting up the teleporter.
Oh, Kitty Pryde. That's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. All right. Who's all yours, Eric?
Michael Schofield from Prison
Schofield.
Break.
See, he's a really good planner,
janitor
but isn't he
from-
better at planning out?
Oh no, he can plan it. You
can plan in, too?
We watched the whole series, man. The janitor from Willy's Wonderland.
Sure.
No fear. Cold, collected. He will take a break every once in a while,
Right? Yeah.
but that's fine. And as my third, I'll go with I need like a
The
tech.
Groot.
I need a tech guy.
Yeah. You always need a tech guy.
My tech guy is definitely Ludacris from the Fast and Furious franchise because he's the ultimate tech genius.
That's good. Yeah.
He went from his humble beginnings as just gambling all the time to
He wasn't just a gambler.
tech genius. Tej. That's
you?
right, Tej.
Yeah.
Tej.
What about you, Calvin?
Apparently, I'm getting a jazz singer
What?
because I said Frank Ocean instead of Danny Ocean.
Yeah.
So my others will be Penelope Garcia from Criminal Minds because she could just like hack everything and unlock the vault remotely.
Okay.
And see, I've got the distraction, I've got the tech, so I need like the planner.
See, because like part of mine is like I want a good group chemistry too.
Sure.
You know, they'll I think that having like Schofield, Tej, and the janitor like together in a room talking about something is gonna be real funny. Because I could cheat and just say like the Flash and no one else.
Sure.
I'm gonna do Roman from
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Oh, okay.
He thinks outside the box.
Sure. All
And
right.
when you're trying to get shit out of a steel and concrete box, you got to think outside the box, right?
Oh yeah, I get you. Sure. I think I like my group. Rick just took all Hunter x Hunter characters and getting
Yep.
it right.
I mean, if you want to cheat, yeah.
What? Cheat.
if I couldn't get Kitty Pryde
You could
though,
just pick Superman.
I may, if I had to, substitute him for Jesus from Person of Interest. I can't name his name in the show or the actor's name.
It needs to be like
Who played Jesus?
you have to pick 3 people, but the teller is a fictional character, and the guard is Goku. You know, something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, Reese. What's that actor's name?
From what?
Who played Jesus? What's that guy's name?
Oh,
Jesus from The Big Lebowski?
Fucking Jesus.
Yeah, what was his name? I can't think of it.
From The Passion of the Christ?
Yeah, the Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh,
What was his name?
shit.
Jim Caviezel.
Jim
Thank you so
Caviezel.
much. Darkwing.
Yeah.
Jim Caviezel. Yeah.
Like he was up on the cross.
That
got
guy in
shot
Person
by
of
lightning
Interest,
twice.
like-
Should we be doing this?
That guy in Person of Interest was pretty cool. So
Fuck yeah, he's great.
him or Root, both
Reese.
are pretty good. So.
Yeah.
Richard?
Saeed from Lost, just because I trust him.
Well, Kate has experience.
Well, yeah, but she also will shoot people. Going with her, so I don't know about that, Rick.
We gotta appreciate Eric being like, "Oh yeah, it's Jesus." I'm like, "Yes, thank you, Eric."
Well, I had it in my head. It's not a Star Wars one.
I know. What do you expect from
He's
me?
been pushing that shit out of his head to make room.
Dip. Hi, Aaron. Have you looked at Midnight Mass? It's a Netflix series made by the same guy that did both Hauntings.
I've had it mentioned to me. I don't know anything about it, or I don't know anything about it. The only thing I know is that it was by Mike Flanagan, I believe is his name, who did the Haunting of Hill House and the Haunting of Bly Manor. And he also worked on that movie. I can't think what the movie was too, but it was pretty good.
It's a very good question.
I think what the movie is, but it was pretty good. Was it a good question?
No, I've liked these questions.
Oh, gotcha.
The Ginger Avenger. Hey, Blind Wave. Rick, have you heard of a movie called Zizak's Road? It's from 2008. Stars Katherine Heigl and grossed $35 domestically.
Oh.
I have not, but now I have.
Road. Gross $35.
$35.
Is that a typo?
Well, on Wikipedia it says $30, so that might be a typo. It might be 30.
Yeah, instead of 35. So
Damn,
they got 6 people in the theater instead of 7.
Let's give it plus or $5.
Plus or minus $5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
I know I might need to check that one out though. I'm always looking for more terrible movies.
That's so low.
Pretty low. I mean, at least it's not negative, right? Like Alien lost money.
What the fuck was it called?
Alien.
Not. Damn it.
No,
Jesus.
That's actually where we lost money too. Its budget, according to Wikipedia, is $1.2 million. So
1.2 is how much they spent on it?
Yep.
And it earned $30?
$30.
That's like 2 people went to see the movie.
I mean, The Room was $7 million in its box office. How much was it?
It's also, whatever the hell its name is, does not help it.
No.
Because there's so many other things, right?
Like, do you say Zizix Road? Do you say ZYZZYX Road?
It reminds me of a spell from Ultima. I need to look up that spell now. It might be the same.
Did you see that thing on Twitter where someone shared with you, like, this is the most Rick Martin article I've ever read?
I did.
And it was Tommy Wiseau sharing his love of Berserk.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I was like, Jesus, yeah, it is.
Holy shit. Was it real?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
This is real. According to this, The Room grossed almost $5 million.
To
Really?
date?
It can't be right.
To date?
Maybe they spent $5
I
million.
mean, it gets a
The
lot
budget
of...
was $6 million or $7 million. It is.
It depends on which book you look at.
Is that factoring in the billboard?
That billboard was there forever. What's the name of that? Ultima?
So the Zizix Road, the film opened at one theater, Highland Park Village Theater in Dallas, Texas. It ran for 7 days and made $30 at the box office. A crew member who took a friend got a refund.
Oh my god.
So the final domestic box office gross was $20, or the equivalent of 3 tickets sold. The film's very limited release was a technical necessity to comply with Screen Actors Guild regulations. It was made for foreign markets but required a domestic gross. It remains the lowest grossing film in Hollywood history. The film is known for being the lowest grossing movie in the U.S. history, grossing only $30. I love the idea that a crew member took a friend
and got a refund.
who took a friend got a refund.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So that the reason for it was that they were going for foreign, and they had to have a for the guild. So
Yeah,
they weren't looking to have a high box office hit.
sure. It's me, Jesto. Given how far Rick and Calvin are into Rebels, who is your favorite member of the Ghost Crew?
Do you guys have a favorite member of the Ghost Crew?
Chopper.
Chopper? Okay.
It's hard to beat. It's a good one.
No one fills me with more joy.
Yeah.
He might be my favorite droid in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
He's up there. Definitely.
Man. Depends on the episode.
If this one's about Chopper, I like him. If this one's about Kanan, I like him. If this one's about Zeb, I like him.
Well, sure. I do genuinely really like Zeb,
Mhm.
Sure.
but
Gara Zeb Aurelios.
I haven't seen him a lot in the past few weeks.
So-
I don't know. It's probably Chopper, like consistently.
Since I've seen, like thinking about it and stuff, like I think Sabine is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's my favorite on Rebels. I love her like artistic thing where she just like tags stuff, and
She's
Mhm.
probably my favorite.
yeah.
Or
No, I
second favorite, I mean.
I like her like character wise and everything too. Like everyone's really good. That's the thing too. I like Hera, I like Zeb, I like Kane. Like they're all great. So it's hard to pick a favorite, but
Hondo.
Sometimes he
He
feels
would
like a
have
crew
been
member.
mine, but he's not technically.
You're not a permanent member.
He's not a member. I mean, if we were going that way to like people who help the crew of the Ghost,
no, that's not where
then
we're going.
I would say
No,
one in the middle.
don't
Ho,
turn
ho,
around.
ho, ho.
Oh.
Then don't turn around.
Wait, what about This is stupid. Like I can't even do the voice of him, but it's like that weird robot with like an Alan Rickman-y voice.
Why don't you let me do the manifest?
There you go. Like
He's great.
he has such that like monotony voice and stuff. Like I love him for his voice
I
and
only know
stuff.
strategic analysis.
I'm trying to think of how do you do an Alan Rickman as a robot? I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's mainly just Alan Rickman. Turn to page.
G. Paul, are you guys familiar with the strongest being in the universe named Bully Maguire?
Nope.
I don't know what you're talking
I thought that was Shaggy.
Oh, yes. It's Tobey Maguire memes from Spider-Man.
about. Oh no, I'm not.
Okay. Rick needs to react to Spider-Man 2 and 3. So that last part of the thing makes more sense now.
Yeah. I know things. I'm hip.
I
I'm
can't react
cool.
to 3. I've seen 3. I mean, I could, but I can't. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I don't know what you're trying to say either.
Marvel's JJ, do you have any comfort TV shows? I've seen a lot of great comedy TV series that I rewatch often. Ultimate ones for me being Psych. How about you?
I mean, I love Psych.
Psych is
I've
really
watched
good.
Psych a number of times. Seinfeld, probably the most.
I don't think I have a comfort show.
Like, you mean like a show you watch over and over again?
Like I don't
Or-
really do that.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
like Friends, I did watch. And like I might have one at the time where I'm like, I just want to kind of relax and
Mhm.
kick back. I'm just watching Friends whenever I'm cooking or doing whatever, and like it's just on, and I'm watching it to kind of get.
Sure.
I want to go through it and see it, and I don't have time to just like sit and watch everything usually. But like Psych was one that I rewatched.
Yeah.
I actually have the 8th season, I think it is, or 7th season, whatever the last one is, that I got to finish up. I haven't finished it. I got distracted with like rewatching Walking Dead and getting through it to
Finish
catch
it, but
up and
I haven't
stuff
done the
to-
movies.
I have to say
Me
Friends just because Friends is Jancy's and it's on. But also Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Office are the two big ones for me that I've
Yeah,
watched
I really
multiple
like-
times.
The Office, Hogan's Heroes, Psych, Monk, actually.
I've seen Monk a few times.
I haven't seen Monk.
I'm rewatching Whose Line Is It Anyway right now.
That one's always good.
That's kind of my comfort.
I don't
need to
ever
pay too much
really-
attention
I never rewatch it. I just fall down a rabbit hole
on YouTube.
on YouTube.
Sure.
And I love whenever I do that and I look like the first comment and it's like, I'm on video 100 of tonight, everybody. And then other people are saying like, oh, this is my first one, or oh, this is my third
It's on
one.
HBO Max now, though.
The whole thing?
So it's easy to watch.
Is it just the Drew Carey years or is
I
it
haven't
the
gotten
UK?
that far yet, so I don't know. But it's Drew Carey.
it's Drew Carey?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I
wasn't
didn't
sure.
know if it was the UK version or not.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were
Oh,
looking for
yeah,
the ones
gotcha.
after Drew Carey or before Drew Carey.
Yeah.
I wasn't
No,
sure which
I mean,
ones you were
I-
looking for.
Yeah, the ones before too.
Yeah, because I think they had Ryan and Colin on
Oh,
those, didn't they?
I think-
And Greg Proops, who always wore a milk cow printed suit. Every episode he
Milk
was in.
cow printed suit.
Yeah.
You mean
Like
like a
Holstein?
shirt, or you
like
mean
a
a suit?
gateway computer.
Yeah, but that was his like
A suit.
undershirt or the suit itself.
No, the
think it's
suit.
what
He
Bree
always
Cow
wore
is.
that
Look
suit.
up Greg
I'll look it up.
Proops
I mean,
Show it to
cow
everyone.
suit.
I can find a picture, I'm sure, but how can I prove that he wore this every single time?
He
I mean,
just
let's watch
always
it all right
fucking
now.
wore it, man.
Reaction series.
Yeah.
Whose
Holstein.
Line Is It Anyway? UK version.
Like, I would come home from school, go on Comedy Central, and every time he was on it, he always had this fucking suit on. Like, he always would wear black and white, but especially, like, this. Like, here he has a vest on. Here he has the jacket on. Fucking Greg Proops. Who, if many of you know, Foes and Bead Anadu from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. He plays...
Skywalker takes the lead.
I did know that one.
Skywalker!
A local boy. I know that one.
Posera pita todo.
He does both of those, right?
No,
Who does the other one?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I
Eric,
don't
you're
pay attention
failing.
that much. Jim Caviezel.
Jesus.
Colton asks, with the animated Spider-Verse sequel coming next year, what's one Spider-Man you'd like to see pop up in it? Personally, I'd love to see the Insomniac Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Multiple versions of J. Jonah Jameson. That was the best.
This is talking about Spider-Verse sequel.
Yeah.
That too?
Like Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Oh.
With
Yeah.
the animated Spider-Verse sequel
I didn't know
coming
that.
next year.
Okay. I didn't know they were making that. Whenever you said about that, I'm like, oh, okay. I see what you mean. Like, what? But I don't know. I didn't know 2 of them when they were in that.
I know.
So I'm not gonna pick any of these. They can pick it. Tell me what it is. I didn't know there was a pig.
As long as Nicolas Cage is involved, he can be whatever Spider-Man he wants to
The
be.
pig
I
and the
don't care.
anime girl. I didn't know about that. Yeah, instead of the ending where you're like, you're Spider-Man, you're Spider-Man, you're Spider-Man. You need to have like multiple J. Jonahs being like, give me Spider-Man. No, you give me Spider-Man. No, you give me Spider-Man. That'd be great. They're all pointing at each other too. That's what you get.
It's Scott Capurro apparently does the
Voice of
alien
the
voice.
Alien voice.
Yeah. And he was also in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Bex asks, did any of you watch White Collar besides Aaron? I loved it, and sadly, Willie Garson, Mosey actor, passed away recently.
Oz.
I watched like a few episodes of it, but it was while I was house sitting, so I couldn't watch anymore.
I have not seen it.
No, Jancy actually, she had sent a text. We were sitting here and like, I hadn't seen it, and Eric goes, "Oh, Aaron, did you see the text Jancy sent?" I said, "What? No. Oh yeah, there is a text. Let me see." Oh shit! Thanks, Eric.
I was trying to be helpful. I didn't know if this would be like life changing for you or not.
So no, Eric, do you remember? I think it was in season 4 of Supergirl. Do you remember the guy in the prison with glasses and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, that's the same actor right in that there. Like he was in prison and stuff with a few different things for Supergirl. So he's yeah, I love him in White Collar. That's the first time I ever saw him. And then every time he shows up in something else, I'm like, ah, it's Maz. So. Yeah, I just found out about that. I don't know anything else about it besides that so far. But
The Real John. Aaron, did you ever watch the extended Hobbit movies in your downtime?
I've yet to watch any more than I think the first one.
Okay. B. Lamont, if you guys had the option, would you live in a fantasy world or a sci-fi world, and why?
Sci-fi, better healthcare.
Unless there's magic healing.
Yeah, fantasy might have magic.
Okay, but I mean, think about how many people in a fantasy world have access to a wizard, and how many people in a sci-fi world have access to healthcare.
See,
It's just statistics.
It's the
Depends on
line-
the sci-fi world, though. What about the Matrix?
Limp Bizkit has a point.
So
then I
Hot
could
elves.
be in the Matrix, and it's just like I'm in my regular life.
true. That's the thing. Like, I think there's a line of like, what type of fantasy world is it, right?
Yeah.
Because like you can have like a fantasy world that doesn't really go into magic. There, you're like,
Yeah.
you get too much extra cool shit or nothing. It's just like, these are just kind of weird people, right? Like,
Yeah.
What about like, there's a fantasy world in damn, what was that like mini series? Kingdom? Was it just called Kingdom?
I don't
There
know.
is a show called Kingdom.
Damn, I can't remember. It was like a mini series. It was
Tenth
like
Kingdom?
10th Kingdom, maybe. Yeah. I don't really remember like too much in that. Where I'm like, man, I'd live there. Like it might not have been the best place to live. I don't know.
Maybe not.
So, but like other ones too. Like at least Lord of the Rings have like, I don't know, some magical things, but you're not gonna be able to live in forever most likely in that. You know.
I know. I'm just saying, like, realistically, if I'm in one of those two worlds, I'm not gonna be like, well, suddenly I'm a fucking hero with, with amazing skill. I'm gonna be like an average, normal person, like I am in this world. I feel like the sci-fi one, I'm gonna have a better, higher quality of life.
Yeah, but what if you're a belter?
Yeah, which sci-fi world? Though? That's the
You
thing
gotta
too.
pick one, but I'm trying to think of like
I have no
generic
mouth,
sci-fi
but I must scream.
Like
versus generic fantasy.
Like Expanse versus like Star Trek or Star Wars.
Sure.
You know, like there's like a difference there, but
But in both, there's still pretty good medical technology. Whereas, like, if I'm in the fantasy world, fucking the dragon attacks my town, I get third-degree burns and don't have antibodies and die of infection.
sure, like Dragonheart, right? In Dragonheart, you're
Yeah,
probably dead
yeah.
in Dragonheart.
Yeah, I'm dead. He eats the goats and me at the same time.
Yep.
And you. Full tummy today.
Mhm.
Eric, slavery runs rampant in Star Wars. Like, what if you
Slavery
become a
runs
slave?
rampant in all stories.
Yeah, what if you became a slave?
You know there's slaves in fantasy?
No, there are, I guess. Like, it depends which fantasy.
Yeah.
Depends which one.
Francisco, hey guys, what's up? Hope you're all having an awesome day. When are you guys going to continue the 007 series? Patiently waiting.
Yeah.
I mean, we have more movies and stuff to go into. We just have
The
we
movie
had the
poll that goes up tomorrow on Patreon will be our first not scary
not scary.
thing. So, you never know. Maybe you'll be on there, and it needs your support.
So vote.
Becky asked a question that I wouldn't have thought of.
Mhm.
Okay, lame question, but what do you guys, Americans, mean exactly when you say truck? There's so many different types of trucks over here. All I can think of is hire a van.
So when I think just truck, it's generally a smaller vehicle, not like a semi. If I think a semi truck, I just say semi, but it's generally a 4-wheeled vehicle with a bed.
Yeah.
With
And
like
that could
an
be a
open
pickup
bed,
truck, that could be a fully loaded
single
truck.
cab,
Flatbed.
Yeah.
or double cab, crew
Yeah.
cab, whatever.
Not
you
a
wanna
bed
call
to
it.
sleep in.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you
Or-
could have a 4-vehicle.
Or like a
with
flatbed truck
Yeah.
as well.
That could be an RV or a van.
All that
has
can be
bed
a
in it.
truck.
And the
Though
bed
my
could have
bed
a
had
cover.
a bed once. Do what?
The bed could have a cover.
Good. Yeah.
Might have a toolbox.
Sure.
More like a pickup truck. Yeah. Oh, a pickup truck.
We guys dress up for Halloween RPG stream this year. Did we dress up last year?
I don't think we did last year,
Dressed
right?
up the year
I was
before.
dressed up. But
Yeah,
I don't
you
think
showed
any of
up.
You guys.
You showed up in a thing, and yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't have anything planned, so I don't know.
We'll see.
The first one it fit with the theme for sure. The second one, like we were all kinds of different things, so it was kind of like I don't know.
Jonathan, Cry of Fear someday, maybe. Maybe. That was one of the ones
I
we were
think
looking
we
at.
taled about it a little bit. There was some various games that I was like
Fear!
looking into of like,
It's done.
oh, there's Cry of Fear. There's I don't know. There was a game called the Blackout Club. There was I don't know, some different stuff.
Bob Skywalker. Eric, what do you think of Tom Kane doing the New Hope crawl on Rebel Force Radio?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was from a while ago.
Oh, was it? Okay. I was
yeah.
gonna say because I thought he had like a
He
a
had
stroke
he's
and
had a
wasn't-
stroke, and he's officially retired now because they don't think he's gonna really get better. But no, it was a long time ago that he did that. Yeah, I mean it's great. It's the announcer from Clone Wars doing the, you
yeah.
know,
Like imagine him doing like episode war, you know,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
from episode 3, just going through that. Like,
Yep.
I'd love him to do all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd
I
be
mean,
great.
it's so iconic now, but I wonder what it would be like if I had only ever seen it with a voice,
Sure. Yeah.
you know?
The
No, I get you.
I had a tear come to my eye watching the first episode of Bad Batch because
Mhm.
it's like the last time they have him doing like because it's Bad Batch is like kind of a transitional
Yeah.
show, you know, and that first episode is like the last time I've had him do like a previously on the Clone Wars kind of,
Sure.
you know, opening
Yep.
dialogue montage thing. So
And I put a tweet out about this a couple weeks ago, but his Yoda has almost replaced Frank Oz's Yoda in my like head and impression of Yoda.
sure.
I'm always, Frank Oz is a lot more laughy and a lot more, where he's like, he kind of replaces the hmms with yeses. So now my Yoda is more like, yes, go, you will, yes. I don't know.
Defy the council. You do.
Really, really talented guy, and it's just, it's like weirdly ironic that such a mighty voice was silenced.
Sure.
Perfectly healthy every other way. And he can understand. He can watch something. He can. But it's just trying to get it out. He can't find the words.
Sure.
You know.
You know what was kind of weird was watching episode 3, having done episode 1 and episode 2.
Yeah.
And then we watched through all of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And then did episode 3. It was weird going back to
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen Anakin,
Oh,
having
yeah.
had Matt Lanter Anakin
yeah.
for
Very different.
months, because we did a long time of, episode 1 and 2 was like 2 weeks.
Mhm.
And then we moved on to Clone Wars. And then Clone Wars we had for months. And it was like,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird after having so long with just Matt Lanter and
It
then
is.
doing this. Like,
It's weird, but do you feel like you were kind of imprinting Matt Lanter onto Hayden's performance a bit? Like when I
Sometimes.
watch it and I hear him going like, "No loose wire jokes, master." Like I'm hearing almost in there like, "No loose wire jokes." Matt
Sure.
Lanter's more, confident, older sound of Anakin. I hear it in there sometimes.
yeah, no, I get you.
Using ask, what's your favorite fictional language? Klingon?
Huttese? They wanna wonga. Like, there's some fun things in there. Although I do love like Jawaese.
Sure.
Utini.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I love the language, but I love that one.
Sure. Which is just Zulu
Sure, yeah.
language sped up.
The Ewoks,
Yeah.
like they have this kind of like, I don't know how to describe their language, but it's kind of like
Their language is it's a language called Oirat Kalmyk, I think.
Yeah.
Which is like a, I can't remember exactly where it's from, but it is a language where you can like, it's a lot of it's gibberish, but you can like if you know that language, you can kind of hear it, and
Really?
people say it's very strange to understand the Ewoks.
It's like they're saying the language
Well, they're saying certain phrases, but Ben Burtt's also cutting it up.
Gotcha.
Sometimes he's reversing things, sometimes he's slowing them down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I knew Nia Num spoke a language from something, and people were like, "Hey!"
Yeah.
But I didn't realize Ewoks did too.
Yeah. He speaks like a Kenyan language, I think.
How about you, Calvin?
I was trying to think. I mean, any of the Lord of the Rings languages are really cool.
It's certainly some of the most robust.
It's kind of a fictional language, but not really, because no one knows what it sounds like. But I really like the ancient Egyptian from the Mummy movies.
Oh
Yeah, no, it's really good.
It knocks on the moon.
A stork. I don't know. What?
A manifest.
Big Blasian Boy asked, does Doom Patrol start this week or next?
It starts this week. We recorded the first 3 episodes of Doom Patrol today, so our wonderful editor, Ultra, is working on those 3. And we've unfortunately been having a lot of trouble with WB. They always clear our any type of copyright thing. Like, they're really good about clearing it, but not quickly. So he has to unfortunately wade through a lot of stuff with copyright for 3 episodes. So I'm actually watching as he is doing it right now. So we'll have those 3 up. If not tonight, then he'll try to have them up tomorrow as well. So at least 1 will be up tonight, and then at most all 3 will be up by tomorrow. And then we'll be doing it live every week with Q&As.
Justin wants to know if we'll be reacting to the Netflix event Tadum or DC Fandom.
That Tadum name blew my mind when Calvin figured out why it was named that way. Dum dum.
Yeah, well, I'm saying them like the ultra dedicated. Like, I'm like, what the hell does Tadum mean?
Yeah.
It must be an acronym. And Calvin just goes like, like the sound Netflix makes.
Yeah.
Like, what? He goes, Tadum. I'm like, son of a bitch. What?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We don't have any plans on watching those live or anything, but if big trailers come from them, we'll pick them up. I think they're over the weekend or something, aren't they?
They are.
It's Saturday, I think.
Probably something like The Witcher, Stranger Things, or anything like that.
Indeed.
Dwibbles, if life were a video game, what cheat codes would there be?
Show me the money. Power overwhelming. I'm just doing StarCraft.
No clip would be cool.
No clip?
No clip like for the bank robbery.
You just walk through walls and stuff. You go under the earth and like look up at the ground and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what kind of cheat codes.
Sometimes you get cheat codes. Like, you're born into a rich family.
Yeah.
You start with more money.
I guess, yeah.
You start from the bottom like Donald Trump when his
just-
father gave him
that's
only
just
$1 million.
rolling high on the
No,
on
Calvin,
the character
no,
creation.
no. That's like before being born or before all that. They did up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. That's what happened. Like, shit, man. You're starting with 30 lives. I started with 3. That's what they did.
Like, infinite ammo is cool, but when am I going to use it in life, you know?
Sure. I need like a
Sell it.
like
I
a
guess, yeah.
a code that like heals me.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Sure.
That way, if you get sick or
Like
you get,
a...
I don't know, cut, shot, STDs, whatever, you can just be
Like-
like, fucking put in this all better now code and
Like infinite
You're just
fairies
good.
from Zelda.
infinite what?
Fairies.
Yeah.
Like when you die, it just revives you. Be cool.
Yeah.
I assume bring you back to full health too. Like I wouldn't get revived, but I don't have a head.
You still have a hole through your body or something.
Just die again, another fairy. Die again, another fairy. I just keep dying like fucking Torchwood.
What is this? Ah! Yeah, that would suck.
Just like GTA 3, summon a tank.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great.
Object spawn would be really good cheat.
Object spawn would be cool. Fucking man, I'm hungry. like
Yeah.
food just lands there in front. Ah, yes.
Even if it was just a food truck, just
And you
make
still-
me this, and
you
you,
still- you still gotta buy
paid
it.
$5, but it's exactly what you wanted.
That'd be something.
Using ask Eric, if you had the opportunity to get hearing in your ear, would you? Do you think it would be easy to pick up directional hearing since you've lived your whole life without it?
Yeah, and maybe not, but yeah, totally would. I don't, I understand that there are people that have no hearing at all that find that their way of life, it feels to them almost as like a culture, and they don't want to feel like they are, looked down upon, where they can adjust their life and live just as much as anybody else does. But me personally, just being half hearing impaired, I would like the other half. I mean, I'm sure it would take me a very long time to get used to, but the brain can rewrite itself pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Not like, fucking Kabuto quickly, but pretty quickly.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Flash Arrow asks something I did not know was a thing, but Tiger King Season 2 coming. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about
2.
that.
Yeah, let me read an article here about it.
I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Hell, I didn't know what to expect from the first one. Maybe we should
Later in
react-
2021.
Maybe we should react to Tiger
2021 's
King
almost
Season 2.
over.
And the first season would have been a great reaction.
Dude, the first time watching that stuff, I'm like, did you guys see this?
Yep.
The hell is this?
We didn't do a reaction, but Jancy took like reaction photos of me watching it. It was like right at the beginning of lockdown.
Well,
and
and they
you're just
mentioned
kind of like, wait, what? And then they just kind of like this guy over here that just mentioned something about him. Like, what?
and they had like a glance over of Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zanesville.
Yeah.
Like I like blinked and missed it or something.
Yep.
I'm like, wait, what? Where was that at? And like it's in like this second episode or whatever it was. I'm like, what?
Mhm.
And I went and watched. Like, damn, it is there.
Netflix tweet just says, promises just as much mayhem and madness as Season 1.
Oh my
That's all that
gosh.
there is.
It's probably the ongoing like court battle and imprisonment of Joe Exotic. And
Well,
everything.
the picture of it on the tweet has him like in a jail cell or whatever on the phone,
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I feel like Tiger King is kind of like it's a show where it's like a car accident, right?
Yeah.
Like you gotta look to see what's there. That's why everyone's always so slow driving by on the highway. Like what the? And like you go 20 miles an hour
Yeah.
past it, and then once you get past it, everything just speeds up all of
True.
a sudden because there was nothing wrong. It's just everyone was wanting to see what was going on.
Sure.
See,
Yeah.
my thing is, especially with documentaries, when something gets really popular and they do another one, the second one is never
The same.
as good.
yeah.
And it's because what it's doing is it's documenting its own success. Like Tiger King was so big that Season 2 is going to have to include how famous these people became,
Sure.
right? And that's not going to be as fun or as discoverable as like you start watching Tiger King. Okay, Joe Exotic, what does he do? He's like, I'm broke and gay as shit, just saying this stuff. And you're like,
Yeah.
wow, this guy's a character. And then and then here's this guy. And he's like, I don't like Joe Exotic. By the way, I have 10 wives. And you're like, what?
Who are
like,
you?
you just have these like discovery elements that can't be beat again.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing with bad movies.
Yeah.
Where like one will find a cult following, and then they'll try to make another one to like ride on that success, and
Sure.
it never works.
And I want to say that my Joe Exotic quote is an exact quote, not me summarizing him.
broken gay as hell.
It's an exact quote he had.
There's some things in that documentary that
Yeah.
I'm just like, I can't believe this is what's happening.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's singing right now. Like,
I can't believe he's not singing right
Yeah,
now.
he's not singing right now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It
But
was-
yeah, I don't necessarily have a desire to see like, well, here's what these guys that have been incredibly abusive to each other and animals do with more power,
Sure.
or more celebrity. So,
No, I get you there too.
More influence.
Mr. Yao Sao, any thoughts on the Emmy results?
I
No
Don't
idea.
even know what they
just
were.
know that
Looked at-
Mandalorian won a bunch.
did they?
Well,
Yeah.
good.
I haven't looked
Like
at
a
all
ton.
at the Emmy results.
And
Actually,
I haven't looked and I didn't
Oh, yeah.
watch.
I missed it all. I'm sorry.
Are you?
Kind of.
You can check it out.
Yeah, 7 Emmys, the Mandalorian one.
Dang.
It's a lot of Emmys. That's a lot of Emmys.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've watched the Emmys or the Oscars in 2 or 3 years.
I haven't watched a lot of award shows.
And even then, it's just like highlights.
Usually award shows I haven't watched.
Yeah.
I've watched or I've read what won.
Yeah.
But usually I don't watch any of them.
Sure.
I'll watch like the day after if it has like, oh, this was a particularly funny or sad or emotional part.
Outstanding comedy series. Ted Lasso won, but Cobra Kai was nominated.
Oh,
Cobra
man,
Kai,
people
baby.
love Ted Lasso. My brother keeps saying, "You guys gotta do Ted Lasso. You gotta do Ted Lasso."
Heard a lot about it.
I've heard it's really, really an interesting show.
I just saw an ad for it last night.
Yeah.
As like a banner ad on YouTube. I was like, huh, must be new. I clicked away from it.
It's about cowboys.
I literally, that's the only time that I've seen or heard
Nah.
about it.
No, I don't know what it's. I've seen like a picture. It's like a picture of a guy, and that's all I've seen. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Couldn't even tell you what the guy is.
So, and sometimes it's good to go into some of that kind of stuff where it's like, this is supposed to be a really good comedy. What's it about? I have
Yeah.
no idea. I'm like, all right, well, let's watch it and see, you know?
Sure.
Like watching Barry when you have no idea what Barry's about.
So good.
All right, so that's what we're about. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see here.
All right, let's get to bits and donations, see if we have any time left. We are going to be coming back with the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, we'll be back before 6 to kind of make sure we're all set up, ready to go, and talking a little bit about Nintendo Direct and what's to come, which I have no idea what's to come. But
Yeah.
maybe what we're expecting.
I was spoiled from some things on Twitter. Apparently, some stuff leaked.
Don't talk about that, Rick.
I'm not going
I
to
don't
talk
wanna know.
about it.
Chat, you don't talk about it either.
If you do, you're banned.
All
And
right.
we're not coming back.
And
Fun
we're
wave's
not
over.
coming.
Shut it
all
all
over.
down.
Group punishment.
Oh, I guess I should have said this too. Last night, Eric had his stream for Mass Effect, and during that whole thing, there was some treat streams, and there was actually 2 treat streams that came through rather than 1.
Yeah.
And I think the doorbell was having an issue because usually Eric hears the doorbell because he doesn't use the headphones or anything. And
So I can hear the doorbell.
the treat streams were on their way, whatever. The guy apparently got here. He called me, and I answered, and he said that he had knocked and rang the doorbell. There was no answer. And because I was like, were you out front, or are you out front? And he said, I've knocked, and there's nothing there. All right, well, let me get a hold of the guy that's there, because Eric was the only one here. No one else was here at the time. And sometimes it's hard to do that because people are streaming. They don't necessarily look at their phone. So I was like, I'm going to go to chat. Hopefully he'll look over chat and see, like, Eric, go to the door. So did that. Eric went to the door. No guy. He went, looked around. No one's
No
there.
driver.
And I'm like, what? So I called back the driver from the number that he called me from, and it rang a few times, and it went to voicemail. And then I called the pizza place. I was like, hey, I got a call from your driver. He said that he was there. I sent the guy that's working out, and there was no one there.
Mhm.
And he's like, oh, he just walked in. And I'm like, he just walked in? Like, so did he call me to tell me I wasn't getting my pizza? Like, what's going on here? So, like, there was a thing. I ended up talking to a manager, went through a whole stuff. Eventually, they end up bringing the pizzas and the brownies and stuff for Eric. It wasn't even a brownie. They gave a brownie to say, sorry, here's the brownies.
It's like a compensation.
Yeah, take
sorry.
this. But the thing that I was proud about chat is I was like, guys, whenever, like, keep an eye. If you guys, see anything or whatever, let them know. And I'm like, all right. And I came back, because I'm like, it's been like 15 minutes. I should be there by now. And I came back to chat, and right when I did, all of chat was like, doorbell, Eric, doorbell. And I was like, oh, thank you, chat. I appreciate it. And I gave them all like a V bonus. So I was like, yeah, I'm proud of chat.
And
Nice.
they gave an extra brownie, and I took that home, and on the way home, stopped Johnny O, got some milk. Yeah, I have I'm a brownie dinner tonight.
Yeah. I didn't yell.
Brownie dinner.
I didn't yell at them, but it's the angriest I've been on the phone for like
Yeah.
a place in a while.
That
And-
driver was dog shit and would have been fired if not for no one can get employees right now.
No. When I was talking on the phone, like, I was talking to some guy, and he's like, well, I can send it back. And I'm like, you're just going to send back what you sent? Is it going to be fresh? How long has it been since it's been made? And he's like, well, you want to talk to, like, the driver or the manager? I'm like, I'll talk to whoever you want me to talk to. Who you want me to talk to? And he gave me to the manager, and I talked to the manager, and he did say, like, at one point he was talking quiet. I'm like, I can't understand. I don't know if it's your phone or what it is. And he was like, sorry, just the driver's, I've had complaints on him before, but I'm shorthanded right now anyway, so I just want to make this right. I'm like, oh, all right, sure. Send it back. Do that. Let me know if you need to call me in
Yeah.
10 minutes, and I'll get him out there. And then he gave the pizza. And so I'm glad that he was like, I just want to make it right, get that to you. He brought it himself. The manager brought it himself rather than sending a driver to do it.
And the manager, I bet you he was 25.
25.
He's a younger guy too, so you could tell he just had a lot of stress on him.
Sure. Melanie she did a online order and went to pick it up, and when she got there, they were like, "Oh, we missed it. We missed this 4 or 5, pizza order or whatever it was, And they're like, "I'm so sorry." And they they got it done as quick as they could.
Yeah.
They were like, "Here you go. We're gonna put you in the system here's some certificates for free pizzas and stuff. If you ever have any problems, my mom's the owner." She was like, but the managers seemed to be like, "Mom owns it. He's trying to run it, take care of everything. They're shorthanded." So he's like, she said he seemed like he had a lot going on and was trying the best he could. So I'm glad he was like, I'm trying to make this right. So I appreciate them doing that. And I appreciate chat being like, "Doorbell, Eric, get the food. Don't miss it."
Yeah.
So, because I felt bad. I felt bad about these fans paid for a treat stream and this driver was just like, "Hey, I was there. Bye. Click."
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, "What? That's not even my money. It's someone else's money who was doing it." And I'm like, "I want this. Are you giving us a refund? What you doing?"
I mean, having managed drivers for, I don't know, 5 years, that guy would not be driving,
Yeah. So anyway.
But like I said, I'm really happy, or I should say very thankful that we have supporters that support us because we no longer work in the food industry or in the retail industry, especially before the lockdown.
Sure, yeah.
All right. Creyeras, resubscribe for 27 months.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Carl, 4 for 25 months.
Thank you so much.
Dickus Pickus, 32 months. Looking forward to new Doom Patrol and your reviews.
Keep an
Hopefully
eye out.
soon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Being edited as we speak.
The current update is that the first episode will be up, and you'll be able to watch it in that small amount of time between this and the Nintendo thing. Yeah.
Hilding, 31 months. Hoo-hoo. Man, time flies.
Hoo-hoo.
It's W-H-O-H-O-O-O-O-O.
It's woohoo.
But it's W-H-O.
It's like woo. It's like a really, really quick cheer. Rick?
The English language is tough.
Chat, what was I just singing?
I wasn't listening.
That one?
Nope.
Oh.
The Frenzy, 48 months. Only 4 years? That's nothing. Thank you, The Frenzy.
Well,
That's
thank
crazy.
you so much, Frenzy.
Well, not for nothing, but that's something.
It's me, Jesto. Resubscribe for 2 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Big Blasian Boy for 11 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Calder Robin for 27 months.
Thank you, Calder Robin.
Thank you.
Tony Ollie, 6 months.
Tony
Yay. Love you guys. Total badasses.
You too.
Thank you.
Total bat. Okay. Thank you.
What do you think I said?
No, I didn't think you said anything else. I just thought it was funny that he's like, total badasses. All right.
Calder Robin gifted 5 subs.
Thank you
Calder
again,
Robin.
Calder Robin.
Thank you.
Captain Cold, 5 bits.
Thank you.
Happy Celebrate Bisexuality Day. Energize Day. Sign Language Day.
Ooh.
National Checkers Day. National Dogs and Politics Day. National Great American Pot Pie Day. National Snack Stick Day. Remember Me Thursday. Restless Leg Awareness Day. Teal Talk Day. 48th birthday to Anthony Mackie. And happy birthday to Ray Charles.
Did you say dogs in politics?
Yes.
Indeed.
I'm assuming that's like politicians with dogs.
No, that's like a town electing a dog as a mayor.
Okay,
Happens.
that was my
Dogs in
first thought, and
politics.
I'm like, it can't be that, right?
No, yeah.
It must be like, look, there's the president's dog.
Legal Eagle did a video on it fairly recently.
So there are pets that have been.
Yep.
Okay, anyway,
Indeed.
moving on.
And I will update. Everyone got it wrong. It was the owl song from Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda.
I bet they all feel very foolish.
Yeah,
should.
it sounds like that, right?
No, it does not sound like that.
Dude.
Dun, 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 dun,
Jim
dun,
Caviezel.
dun, 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 dun. Would you like to hear it again? Oh, should I hit yes? No!
Hilding, 200 bits. Weekly Loving.
Thank you, Hilding.
I did that.
Thank you.
Dip, 100 bits. Watched all 5 episodes with full length, and gotta say, though, not having the Disney Plus logo in the beginning of the episodes kind of fucked me up.
Yeah, we didn't have to watch it on a screener site, so we didn't have the Disney Plus opening.
It's not 100% exactly the same.
C-Double, resubscribe for 20 months. I have nothing creative to say, so whatever, and cool.
Well, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
C-Double.
Colton MG, 12 months. Thank you so much for the year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Suadon, subscribe for the first time. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudan.
Probably got it wrong.
Sarah Dawn.
Homeskiller, resubscribe for 6 months.
Thank you,
Thanks for the
Home
6
Skillet.
months.
Dip 10 bits. Yay. I assume that's D Indie and Labyrinthine as well. Let's go.
Oh, Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
No, yeah, I
That is
had
what that
a
is.
post up and stuff, and a lot of people were really interested in Dead by Daylight and Phasmophobia. So,
That's
all
good.
right, I want to put these on there then.
Woo!
Alvic, resubscribe for 51 months.
Thank you so much, Alvic.
51.
That's a long time.
It's a long time.
Stone Cold,
At least a year.
yes. Stone Cold HDP, 13
Alright.
months. My favorite channel and streamers.
Thank you.
High praise.
Stone Cold.
Torraz, 5 months.
Thanks for the
Torars.
5 months.
Torars, 5 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just Cave, 13 months.
Just
Thank
Cave.
you.
Light667, 28 months. Looking forward to Scream Stream. Looks like a fun lineup.
Yes.
Hopefully. I'm hoping it's going to be a lot of
Hope
fun.
it's good.
And finally, Ms. Winter Soldier, 26 months. 26 is my lucky number. Can't wait for Scream Stream and to scare all of y'all.
Indeed.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Winter Soldier. I don't see any kind of redemptions or anything, so I think we're going to be done, and we will be back here in a little less than an hour to get ready for Nintendo Direct. So make sure you guys are here for that. We're going to be having the 420 cam on, so you can see people moving about the cabin.
Just leave the stream up. You'll be able to see stuff. We'll be making this Doom Patrol video live. It'll be great times, everybody.
So you can check out Doom Patrol. You can stick around to the stream, and we'll be back here a little before 6 for Nintendo Direct.
Nintendo.